no friends, not a single girl wanted to die. I dug them all. I knew the scene before faces I roam. Leave this world behind on the edge of suicide. Cause I thought my life to grow. In darkest places I roam, I'm on the saddest road I tend to go. And on this lonely road I get lost like I've never been lost before. I give in to my shadow self, and I gave to the world too much that I had to give. But it wasn't enough, it seems. So my fear inside to cry so loud I could barely breathe. I knew the patient times in me. I felt the rage building inside me. On the edge of suicide, where I almost took my life, but then I found a whole new way to die. So I gave in to my fight. I took morning to night, and I embraced the dark inside. On the edge of suicide. I thought no one could ever love a weird and crazy person like me. I was lonely when I had no friends. Not a single girl wanted to be with me, with me. Then I fell in love. I thought my world was warm, but it came crashing down when no rose-colored glasses came crashing to the ground. And all the thoughts I had inside were valid still. I was lonely, I was cleared, I was almost always disappeared. I was quiet, I was shy, I wasn't truly alive. So it was hell for me, cause I didn't think I'd ever find my destiny. And I was lost in those woods. So why couldn't it be? Why did love never find my heart? Why did friends never want to be apart? When did all the sadness become the only thing I see? So it was hell for me, cause I didn't think I'd ever find my destiny. And I was lost in those woods. So why couldn't it be? Why did love never find my heart? Why did friends never want to be apart? When did all this sadness become the only thing I see? On the edge of suicide, where I almost took my life, but then I found a whole new way to die. So I gave in to my fight. I took burden to my flight, and I embraced the dark inside. On the edge of suicide. I thought no one could ever love a weird and crazy person like me. I was lonely when I had no friends. Not a single girl wanted to be with me, with me. Then I fell in love. I thought my world was warm, but it came crashing down when no rose-colored glasses came crashing to the ground. And all the thoughts I had inside were valid still. I was lonely, I was cleared, I was almost always disappeared. I was quiet, I was shy, I wasn't truly alive. On the edge of suicide, where I almost took my life, but then I found a whole new way to die. So I gave in to my flight. I took morning to night, and I embraced the dark inside. On the edge of suicide. Oh, I thought I couldn't become the man I saw in my head. I was lost in the world that I hoped would be lost in a dream. But I thought that I wasn't good, I thought my soul was corrupt and done. Why could no one love me? Why could no one care? I was in despair, I didn't know what I did to deserve this life I was given. But I know my heart was truly open when I found the reasons to live deep inside. Fear of never having no acknowledgement of people who liked or even saw the good inside. I tried to be, I was poor, I was weak, I was shy, I was mean, I was over the moon and the sky. So I didn't get into the shadow, and I didn't give in to the pain. As I begin to fly above the sky so high, for the first time in my life, I dream of a lonely sky. I must learn to fly, now I have no need to try.
Whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain.
Office mic. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Joshua Bleasy. My microphone is finally working. Hi guys. Hello, I am the Unknown Prophet. You saw me introduce the sign back behind you guys. I'd like to welcome you all into the Unknown Prophet's Ethereal Fire Readings. I will set your world on fire and will set your world ablaze. I am here to help you find your best day ever. That is my only goal here, to move you to a more positive life, to move your lifeline, to cross that destiny line, to find your fate, to encourage your destiny, to show you that if you never stop fighting for what you dream of, it can come true. I know people in this world who are just average, ordinary people just like me, who are living the lives they've always wanted to live. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who don't know who they are, and that's okay. But you know what? I want to touch base on something that really got me fired up this last weekend. First of all, Deadpool was amazing! I understand why it's breaking every fucking box record that there is right now. You know, because I loved the fucking movie. And I've got to tell you guys, I never had a problem with how Marvel did any of this stuff, okay? If this is the direction they're going, though, I love where they're gonna take it now. I can't wait to see the X-Men and all of that stuff come into the MCU. I know there's a lot of projects in the works, and I know Comic-Con was just this last weekend and stuff like that. I just want to say I really appreciated that they didn't hold back. You know, they really gave us the Wolverine we always wanted, and Deadpool was, well, Deadpool, but, you know, it was kind of, you know, it was actually kind of heartening, but at the same time, it was a nonstop barrage of battle fights. I gotta say, it was nonstop action most of the time. You slowed down maybe 2 or 3 times in the movie, and basically that was setting it up for the action sequences later in the show. So Deadpool was something that I really want to say. Me and my wife had a fabulous date day. Well, the one thing that didn't kind of ruined it for me just a tiny bit was we went to the theater, right? And I had bought tickets, I thought, for Friday night. They were actually for Thursday night. So we went into the theater that it was marked on the ticket, which was number 9, which was right in front of us. As disability people, that's amazing, because then all you have to do is walk straight into where you're going to go. Well, I thought the movie was going to be starting any time now, and I kept asking Beth, what time is it? What time is it? And, you know, I try not to stress about time, because I'm a time freak sometimes, you know. But the movie should have started by then. And it hadn't yet started. And we were in the wrong theater, at the wrong day, at the wrong time, and everything. So we missed all of the previews. We missed about 5 minutes of the opening sequence of Deadpool, Wolverine. But we got there with enough time to actually see the main stuff happen there. So, you know, it's kind of like that. You know, the Deadpool always does it. Here's how we got to this situation, you know. Okay, I'm going to show you the most extreme situation we're in now, but now we got to show you how we got there, right? So I like that they're trying to end the multiverse of it all. That I think that the multiverse was a great way to expand and get our juices flowing and show us that there are multiple different things possible here. Now, if they bring all of those worlds combined together, then in one world, now we have infinite more possibilities, because now we have the X-Men, we have a bunch of other people with the Thunderbolts and all this other stuff coming in. So, you know, I'm excited for the future of Marvel, honestly, and excited as a fan of the comics. I grew up, my nickname was Thunderbolt when I was growing up. And there was a comic book character just named Thunderbolt. Now, I never read the comics, but I wanted to be a hero. And I called myself Thunderbolt because I was always quiet. I was always quiet and shy until I came out of my shell, and then it was like thunder hitting the world. You know what I'm saying? So I was the Thunderbolt that hit the world. And I wanted to be the superhero of the world. You know, but it didn't work out that way. At least I didn't wear a cape and stuff like that, at least right now. Well, this is kind of a cape, I guess. And then the other thing I really want to touch base on, guys, and this goes with a hard, heavy heart that I have to say it. You Christians need to take another look at your goddamn Bible. You all need to realize that Jesus was a man of love, compassion, and forgiveness. That was his message, right? So where is all of this hate coming from these people who just put on a performance. Yes, it was in drag, but it was a performance, people. It wasn't supposed to be a definitive, here's one snapshot. It was one moment where they kind of emulated the Last Supper a little bit. But when you think about it, when you talk about people being accepted for who they are, and God creates all people in his image. So if God didn't want them to be here, they wouldn't be here. I'm sorry. End of story. No more argument here. They are here. They are God's children. And whether you agree with their sexual preferences or their lifestyles or not, they deserve to have the most beautiful fucking life they can have. And all of you guys out there who are judgmental assholes and idiots, you can all go screw yourself, go home. And if you're one of those judgmental idiots, I don't want you here. You know what? We are an accepting community here. That's why I follow a goddess and not the Christianity. You know, I did have that moment where I was thinking of becoming a priest for the church as a follower of Jesus, because I do follow Jesus. Jesus is the one I follow. I don't follow the Christian faith at all. I don't subscribe to the Bible. I subscribe to what Jesus was trying to teach us while he was here. I believe in the divinity of him and his rebirth and resurrection as a promise to all of us that we can find that beautiful afterlife afterwards. That's a promise from God to say that when you give your heart to him and you give your love to him, he will return that in kind by welcoming you into his kingdom. Now, besides the rules that are in that little book there and all of history saying those are the rules, it's up to God to judge people, not you. You all need to stop judging. Every last one of you. Now, if this gets me canceled, if this gets me thrown off the internet, so be it. But I'm going to show, I went online, and the thing that I found the most disgusting out of everything is that they removed the clip. Because they removed a clip for something that was so trivial. And they're making such a big thing out of it when it was only one part, a very small part of the performance at the end. And if you think about France and the art and the Louvre and all of that France has to represent, now it was a representation of Leonardo's art, not the Last Supper. It was just a representation of what Leonardo painted, not the Last Supper. So, okay, I've gone on my tirade now. I think I'm over it. But I might actually show the fucking clip here because I just got done recording the whole thing. It's about a 12-minute clip, though. So, I mean, I started it from the beginning all the way to the end when the dancers are finally done. So, it's the entire clip. I've got it. If you guys want to see the entire clip, please show me that you want to see this by liking and following and subscribing. Please show me that you want to be a part of an inclusive community, some community that actually supports their people, who when people are in trouble and they need help, I don't care if it's money, I don't care if it's loss of faith, I don't care if it's not understanding how you want to vote, okay? Whatever your issues are, let's talk about them, but let's talk about them in a fair, balanced way. That's all I ask. That if you're going to take one side of the coin, I'm taking the other side of the coin. And I understand why they're upset. Don't get me wrong. They're upset because of one moment that kind of described the Last Supper. Now, the Last Supper was about coming together. It wasn't, no one knew it was going to be the Last Supper that day. It was his Last Supper because he knew something was coming. Something was coming for him, and he knew because God had told him that this was what he would have to endure here on earth. So, you know, when I talk about God coming to earth and playing human for a while, Jesus, okay? He played Jesus and came down as Jesus. God came into human form to learn what humanity was capable of. And he finally saw what man was capable of. So, you know what? You want to know why the world's not going the way it's supposed to come? Because you all keep showing him how much hate, bigotry, and absolute evil talk. Because that's what Satan wants. He wants you to spread hate, disgust, disharmony. He wants you to pull people apart, not pull them together. He wants to be the only one who has the power and control, not have an inclusive, loving community full of people who are just celebrating themselves. You know, I dressed in drag. I'm proud of that. I've talked to multiple people who are in the drag industry. They are the most beautiful people I have ever met in my life. I will support every last one of those dancers out there. Every last one of them. You are the bravest souls that ever walked the earth, because I know you're holding your heads up high saying, we made the performance of a lifetime. Hey, we're going to be talked about, right? And people are going to have to think about what their actual moral compass means, because you all need to get something really, really good. I liked what they said last year during the Super Bowl. Jesus is in all of us. That's what the basic message was. And it was just a black screen telling us what the divinity of Jesus was. No other things other than that. It was just him saying, I accept you in love and forgiveness. I accept you for who you are. He loved everyone from the lowest of the low. You could be the leper in the street and he would love you just the same. Why is that so hard for you all to understand and comprehend that he would have loved these people? He would have loved them. He would have loved them and accepted them, because that's the kind of man Jesus was. Now, if you're telling me he wasn't that man, then you're the ones who have to get back on your ass track, because... Okay. Rant has to be done now. We have to get back to doing... I'm sorry, I had to start with a rant this morning. I had to get it out of my system because it was something I'm very passionate about, the LGBT community, and I just think it was disgusting that they took it down. Really, I'm disgusted with all of you for taking the clip down. You're all a bunch of scared, whiny little bitches. Anyway, moving on. Hey, but welcome on in, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry about the rant this morning, but I talk my feelings. I share my personal opinions. These are my personal opinions. They do not affect the people who come here or what you come here to see. So if this one doesn't hit your good button, and if you don't think that this was a good talk for me today to have with all of you people, well, then you know what? I don't know what to say. I would love to discuss the opposite end of the spectrum there. Okay? So if you want to come and debate this with me, if you want to do an honest, open debate where we both point out different things and we can kind of see each other's point of view and maybe find a way forward. That's what we're supposed to be doing here. I thought we were supposed to be a world who came together. I thought we were supposed to be a world that was all-inclusive, that all people were beautiful no matter who they were. And every last, I don't care if you're black, white, gray, straight, purple, green, I don't care. That's why I'm voting for Kamala, not because of her color or that she's a woman. It's because I think she would be a better president, point blank. I don't think Donald deserves to be president. I think he's a felon. I think he's a criminal. I don't want to vote for a fucking criminal. I don't care what kind of presidential powers he has. He still did the crime. He should do the time. And you're all a bunch of wussies for not telling him that and sentencing him to prison. Anyway, I know I'm going on a tangent this morning, so fuck. I better get off the tangent or I'm going to scare all of you away, right? Yeah, I was a little late this morning because of the because I was trying to record the actual whole thing, the whole performance, because I plan on putting that out there and plan on even showing it here today. But right now we're going to return back to our spiritual part. Now I've gotten that off my chest and my guys are saying it's time to get to work. I am here to help you guys find your destiny, your fate, no matter what that is. Whoever you are, I support you. Whoever you want to be, I support you. As long as you're not doing something like hurting children, hurting animals, or hurting anyone for that fact, beating or abusing people, those people aren't welcomed, okay? You guys, I don't want anything a part of humanity. We can find a way to fix people. We just got to start treating the actual symptoms and not the fucking problem. You know, the root. We got to get to the root cause of all of this. And you know what it is? Love and trust and beauty and wonder and all of this wonderful. Okay, bad. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, babble, babble, babble. Josh is going to babble more. All Josh babbles. You know? So it is an expression of who we are as people. You know? And I know that not everyone will agree with me. And that's okay. And that's okay. But, you know, I do know that people are good, decent people out there. And people want to be accepting and loving. We let a lot of this stuff that other people tell us decide for us what we should believe. And everyone has to believe in what their truth is, and everyone has to decide for themselves what to believe in. Whatever you give your power to, whatever you give your love to, is what will grow in this world. So if you're going to give your love to all this beauty and wonder, then that's what I'm here to support. I'm here to help you find a positive way for it. I'm not here to be a judgmental asshole. Okay? So even though I've said all of that, I love you all. Every last one of you, even if you feel that way about what happened during the Olympics, okay? Even if you don't agree with me on my political way I think of things, okay? Now, that's me and my personal opinions. I don't let those affect me here. If you come in here and say you're a Trump supporter, I'm going to be okay with you. I don't care. But if you're coming here for a reading, you're coming here to get help for yourself. And that's what we're really here to do, is come to be that expression of everybody coming together as one. And as we come together in this beautiful world, this beautiful, beautiful world, we can find peace. We can find happiness. We can actually get the things we want in this world and don't have to sacrifice anything. You know? Nothing. Just nothing. And I know there is a lot for us left to learn as humans and humanity. We have a lot of growing up to do, honestly, as a people. You know? But just like anything out there in this world, we know that it's going to take all of us to come together for this world to be anything worse than it is. If we want this world to be better, we've all got to come together. That means all the little people too. Not just your big politicians. All the little people out there, listen, you want this world to be a better place, then demand peace, demand happy, demand that they put down their swords, demand that they stop fighting, demand. And if they won't, it's time to take them out and make them go away. You know, we could have a world of peace. But this next generation, the generation that is coming up next, I have hope. Because I think they're the ones who are going to change it finally. Finally to be a better way. And I believe that we will end up having our first woman president come November. Because I believe she has a stronger political and moral compass I believe in. You know, when I read up on both, and I know what my opinions are on Trump. I have put those out there. But why I want to vote for her is because of some of her, especially on women's rights, especially when it comes to women's rights and having all the rights that we are supposed to be having, the ones, you know, people fought and died for. Anyway, moving on. If you guys want a reading, I want to get back to spiritual. Now that I've kind of had my 15-minute rant, I'm sorry. Thank you for enduring that. And if you didn't like what I said, well, I'm sorry you don't like my opinion. I apologize that you don't like it and don't understand it, but that's my opinion. Feel free to Discord me and put all of your little comments there if you want to. I don't care. But it's about coming together. That's what I'm about bringing you to that destiny line. We all have that line that we've got to cross in our life where we accept the person who we are. I call it a destiny line, and I don't talk about the destiny line enough, you know, and what that actually means. So a destiny line, like lines in your hand, okay? There's a lot of lines in your hands have meaning, right? And some of these lines tell you who you are as a person in a genetic way. Okay, I gotta fix my damn... My card cam is not working correctly. Give me a second, guys. Where is it? Give me a second. I gotta find out what happened to my card camera. don't need that. Okay. Um. Okay, that was it. What the heck now? Come on. Damn camera. Configure video. Nope, I gotta take that off. Ah, fucking Christ. Okay. Like I said, now I gotta set this, move my camera around a little bit, guys. Okay, there's the keyboard. Okay, keyboard is kind of my when I see the keyboard, that's kind of where I tell you where I'm at here. Gotta clean off the mat here, guys. Sorry. Thank you guys for understanding. Why is this being glitchy? Okay, so now. No, now I'm gonna move this again. Okay, now I can set this up so that it will fit in there. It's too big. Yeah, so you get to see a little bit of my dirty desk. Big deal, right? Okay. That's the best I can do, guys. I could try to fix it, but honestly, I don't know at this point. It's just kind of like, it is what it is. Sorry, I have to take some time to do this, guys, but it's important to me to make sure you guys can see the cards too. You know what I'm saying? There. Lock it down. There. Hopefully this works now. Good. That works. Okay, now we're back on track, guys. Now we've got the cart. Now we got the camera working. I gotta see if I can fix that tire thing today. I'm fucking tired of it. I gotta find a way to see if I can fix it. Anyway. Yeesh, where is everybody? Hello, is anyone out there? Usually I have some of my regulars in by now, but maybe I scared them off with my post today. I don't know. I'll just go play marbles. Fuck you. I'll wait. I'll put some music on and wait. We'll just see what happens here. We'll play some music and wait for some people to pop in. Thank you for the follow, Simba. I appreciate the follow. Thank you for coming in and being a part of my community. If you just came to follow, thank you very much for that. I truly do appreciate that.
Can't get it off, dude. Yeah, put a lot on. It was for experiment. What?
So, hopefully you guys are having a... What the hell? Having a little bit of distress. On the stony clear So how is everybody out there in Twitch land today? Are we all having a good day today? I hope you're having the best day ever. If you guys want a reading from me, you gotta come to twitch.tv, the Unknown Prophet 1. So if you're watching this on any other platform, and I'm supposed to be on YouTube as well right now, so if you want to watch me on any other place, you gotta come here in order to get a reading. All you gotta do is press ! join. I use my custom-made deck, the 5 Paths Tarot, to help divine the best possible path for you, so that I can show you that your destinies aren't fixed, that you can change what is going on with your life. And why is my card camera not working again? God damn it.
Walking through shadows, facing our fear, wiping away the sad, lonely tears, breaking the chains that hold us down, rising above like a phoenix from the ground.
I'm just going to keep it there for a while because I don't know what the heck is going on with my card camera. We'll just have to see what happens there. Hopefully it keeps working, guys. I don't know what's going on there, but... Oh, I understand why it's there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show the clip. Guys, I'm going to pause for a moment to do a PSA. Okay, I'm going to be showing a video. I think I got to add it as a media. Okay. No, cancel, not that. You want to... Now I got to get the right window open. No, I can't do it that way. Cancel. Cancel. Delete. Yes. It's got to be media. Okay, it's got to be media. Oh, yeah, you have another tournament today, too, right? And don't forget to send me the link, too, because I want to watch. Don't worry, I won't interrupt. But, yeah, I'd like to be there if I can, so just send me the link when you're ready to go live. I'll be there for you today, D. No worries. I'm always going to support you, son. Good. Good. How are you doing today? I know we were talking earlier, but we're here, prophets in the house now, not, and as he always is, but it's good to see you, my son. Thank you for coming, spending some time with me. I was lonely. I know you're doing other stuff and stuff. I was going to show something you might not agree with, but I do, and I'm just going to go, you know. I'll do it at the end, but that's fine. I support you on that. You know I will. I'm always going to be here. Yeah. And I'm going to be here to help you too, and other people will be here to help you. And I understand. That's great. I'm glad that you just made a choice. You know? Yeah. I agree. And that you got to make the right choice for you. Exactly. You know? Got to be easy and flexible, especially with yourself, you know? And you know it's always an option if you want it somewhere in the future. It's not like it's going anywhere. You know? If you should need it. Well, I don't think you're going to, but you know what I'm saying. You know? Okay, I'm going to call this... Oh, where did I save it, though? Now I got to figure out where it went to. Oh, I know how to find it. Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, fine. I'll do it later. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Swifty, thank you very much for the coming in here and subscribing. You're always my number one subscriber. You always come here and subscribe every month. Thank you for being my top subscriber here, Swifty. You always come in, and everybody else who subscribes, thank you. That support means everything to me. I really do appreciate it. That way you don't get ads, too, and you can just listen to what I have to say, too. That's the other bonus of it. I gotta find this stupid thing now. Downloads. Nope. Pictures. Camera roll. Screenshots. Nope. Videos. Screen recordings. Here it is. Screen recording. I think this is it. I'm just going to test to see if this is it real quick.
Magnificent. It's been a joy to watch. It's almost as if the French team are having their victory lap now.
Okay, I might have to go re-record it. That's not it. I'll fucking find it. But anyway, I'm having a blessed day, so thank you guys. You're my best son. You don't have to subscribe. You're my Twitch son. You're here. You're more than just a VIP. You're family here. Okay, D? You have the ultimate subscription. Fuck, if I had the money right now, I'd just subscribe for you. But, you've been here too as well. You know, I'm not taking anything away from you. You've been the number one supporter since I started here as well. Beanie is has been my number one support, and also has helped me fulfill part of the thing I've always wanted to fulfill in my life too. I never got to be a dad. I never got to be someone who, had a family or anything like that. He's given me the opportunity to give him fatherly advice, and you don't know how much that means to me, because I never thought I would get that opportunity to pass along my wisdom, what I have to give to somebody. I will never be able to pass it on to somebody else who is my genealogy, but you're all my children here. Everybody who comes here are my stars. I call you my stars because you're all bright and beautiful to me. I don't distinguish between my stars. They're all bright in my sky. They all make my world even more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And, that's what I'm about. And if my card camera keeps crashing and things don't want to work right, I'll fix it. It'll just be an annoying thing for a while. I was, like I said, if part of me wants to stop OBS and restart again, but I'm just gonna deal with it for today. I gotta deactivate and reactivate it every once a fucking while. check all my plugins, make sure nothing's loose or something, you know. I don't see anything loose. I'm not loose. All right. Hey. Yeah, that's good. That's a great idea, Dee. Why don't we do a reading? Let me open up the queue. The queue is open. Dee wants a reading, and I always promise to give him the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, as I've always done for him. As I promise all of you, I will always tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And it's time maybe we get some more advice from my guys and clearing the cards off right now for you. And you pick your numbers. And if you have a question today, please post it in chat. Otherwise, if you just want a general, let me know what you want today, D. I'm gonna keep shuffling until they say they're ready for you. They like it here. Well, take your time. They like it. They like the cards where they're at right now, so they're ready for your question when you're ready for it. You know. So you're going to think the question and not say the question. That's fine too, D. If you want to just say, okay, I'm thinking the question, then give me your numbers. And I'll tell you what I will tell anybody. My general advice. Remember, I will set your worlds on fire and set your world ablaze. And you're no stranger to that. I will do that to you too, D, if I have to. But I don't think I have to today, so. 6 and 3. Here we go with your 6 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3. God card. 4, 5. Oops, too many. 5 and 6. Another got 2 God cards came out on that one. And then the third is 1, 2, and here we go with the third. Advice for you right now on what you need to hear for your advice and your question that you have in your head. Okay? So these are going to go to the bottom of the deck like always. And now we're going to turn the cards around so we can actually read them and see them and appreciate them. I got to try something. Give me a second. I'm going to try cleaning off my camera here real quick. Camera eye real quick here. There we go. Autofocus needed to reset, I think. Okay, so now that I know your question, I can answer it with these cards a little bit better. So, right. So basically, the first card is telling you, especially with the question you had in mind, now is the time to wait for the right path to open before you. Remember, you're going to be choosing a path which way you want this to go. Yeah, you can look at the past and try to dwell on what happened in the past. That's not going to help you. You have to find a way to find a brave new way forward. You can take the easy path, which is slow and steady, and allowing each moment to be its own individual step towards getting to be with her. Or you can try to go a little bit more, putting my heart out there, giving you all of my emotions, showing you more of what's going on inside of me. That's the harder path. Or you can combine both of those together. That's a little bit more both of those kind of flies. And then maybe you cut through your fears and anxieties of actually going through and doing those things. So it's a time to make those decisions of how you want to approach it and make a choice that will help you reach that goal. So the one thing is to take this time to wait and get all the information you need before making a choice going forward. And that's what's happening with her as well, Dee, is she's taking all of the information in so she can make a choice on how she wants to proceed forward. If she thinks that the past will be too much to overcome, well, we'll have to wait and see. The thing that they're telling me here is to remind yourself that she's got boundaries and she's got a little bit of ice cube right now. She's a little bit scared in that little bubble of hers where her world is way too much for her to handle. So she's protecting herself with her very strong boundaries. That can be her time management, how much she communicates with her, a bunch of other things. So breaking down beyond those walls and chipping away at those walls. So as you are giving more of yourself and showing more of yourself, you chip a little bit away of that block. And as more and more you start to share, the more and more she will share back, and then that ice will start to melt because she will glow inside, and that will warm her up to melt her defenses down. So it's just going to be time to remind yourself that she's setting clear boundaries of what she will accept, won't accept, and what she's afraid of being hurt again by somebody who will just leave her again and something like that. So just to remind yourself that it's going to take some time to get beyond that boundary. But once the boundary is down, then the only thing left to do is to not let those anxieties and fears and the worries and the things we think will not happen, and to give in to that future. We have to let go of all of that stuff that has been keeping us from that future. That's what I call that big ass ball that we all push up a hill sometimes. I have my ball. I have a ball of I want to be accepted. I have a ball of I want people to love me. I want people to remember me. I want to have someone someday say, I remember Joshua Adam Bleasy being one of the most talented, creative people out there who never got recognized. I'd love to have that somewhere in the future. But I know that somewhere, somehow that may happen, but I have to get out of my own way and just put it out there and hope that the rest of the world sees what I have to give them, right? The change that you pick up, though, D, that's what's going to help you the most. Reminding yourself that you have some work to do. That's what I call filling the little holes. Just working on yourself, making yourself be a better person. So the change that you are accepting, while you are understanding what she wants to go do forward, because we have to decide a path forward if this is going to be. Is this person going to fool me? Right. No, that's what I'm saying, isn't going to fool you. Because the change, like I said, it's not about fooling you or anything like that, D. Right? It's not about that. It's about understanding that she has issues, so do you. We have to overcome those issues, and as we are starting to come to that finishing line of being ready for one another, we have to fill that holes up, and that might be on her end, not necessarily on your end. You may have smaller holes to fill, but she might have bigger holes to fill. So she's got to get to a place where she's feeling that change and accepting and ready for something like you, a beautiful person like you. She might have been waiting for someone new her whole life, but she can't see that yet because we have to fill in the right spots, and you might be one of those spots that fill in her hole. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking in a sexual way, okay? You understand what I mean. But the thing that they're telling me more than anything is take the time, be yourself, understand what has happened, how can we go forward, what do we want to, what kind of relationship do we want to have to start. Let's just get to know each other, easy path. Take some time to get to know one another. Yes, I want to be able to tell you how I feel and give you more of my emotions, but maybe when it's a little bit more, when we've talked a little bit more before we get to that path, you know what I'm saying? And she will see. Right, exactly. The boundaries are what's getting in the way. Now, these are probably most likely her boundaries. You know, like you said, we've said before, she's testing you in a way. She's not trying to do it, but her subconscious and her being is saying, I've had so many people let me down that I don't want one more person I kind of think I connect to let me down again. And since we had an opportunity, and she barely remembers it, but she remembers it enough to say, there was an oopsie here. Now I have to see if I can overcome that oopsie. You know? And that means getting out of the way. So we have to overcome the past and start to go towards the future. Yeah, exactly. She doesn't want to get disappointed again. And that means picking up the right kind of things that will help her fill those holes. Now that is you sharing of yourself. That's you telling her about your past, about maybe even your troubles with your parents, maybe even telling your troubles with what your goals and dreams are. Just giving her all of the information she needs so that she can say, okay, now I know who he is. Maybe I can make a decision if I want to see if I want to be with this person. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a little time, but when she is ready to open up, that window will come. And when that moment does come, you'll do it in the right way. I think that, so your question was, and I want to get back to your question, okay? So we're going to get back to the question that you said. Is this the person and what you need to do to overcome that. So this is just some keys on what you will have to overcome in order to get that. So this is basically the work that has to be put in before we get to the let's see how we may come together kind of thingy. You know? Let's see what the God cards have to tell you today. I already know what one card is, but and this is just some general advice for you that remember yourself and remember what used to feel comfortable and safe for you at one time. Remember a time when you were just in the same spot she was, where you felt kind of trapped, like you weren't able to get a girl who maybe had some kind of a feeling. When that last relationship, I'm talking about the relationship way back before, that first one, we understood that that might have been a comfortable safe spot, but not everything was good in that home. We had to understand and build our tools up and understand how to do better in relationships so that we could find the freedom to choose a new, different path forward. So just like you have done now, you're choosing a new, brave path forward. You're not putting yourself in the same old ugly cage anymore. You are embracing your freedom again, that freedom of choice. And then they come to say, yeah, a part of that old self has to die. Just that little part that says, if my parents are going to be not agreeing with me and mad at me, I need to let that part go. I need to let that part die. I need to let that part be put to rest. I know how I feel about myself. I know what my parents feel about me. But I'm going to say that they love me just because I'm their son and I was born to be their son. That's all I have to worry about whether or not they love me. They don't have to like me. They just have to love me. And I don't know if they like you as a person. I know that. Right. Right. Exactly. And the death card is basically pointing out that there's a part of you that you have to let go of and get rid of so that you can make room for something more beautiful, like you said you wanted. We have to empty out the old sludge before we can put in the new sludge. And what you're doing now is emptying the sludge out, getting that going and understanding that you're going to do this for yourself, emptying the sludge out, letting her have the time to get to know you and trust you again, emptying the sludge out, making room for bounty and bounty and bounty and bounty to come in, and then they come to say there is a foundation that's waiting to be set in stone. But it's not a one-person pour. It's a two-person pour. That means we have two different ideas of one world coming together, So that foundation that we set for yourself today, when you decided what way you were going to go about handling what was going on with everything, now we've have to set a new foundation down saying, I'm going to stand on top of that now and say, hey, I'm not going to let them get to me anymore. I'm not going to let them get me mad about this anymore. I understand that that's how they feel, and I'm not going to ever be able to change it. So I just have to move on and say, I will never make them understand that part of me. I don't care if they ever understand that part of me. I know what I need to believe in and love. That foundation you set now is the one that I'm talking about coming in this next 4 weeks or 5 weeks coming up here. Like I said, it's something that's coming for you. This whole experience that you're going to be going through soon, that we talked about earlier, getting rid of all of the old baggage so that we can make room to have new, better ideas and new, better ways of going about doing it, feeling that independence and proving all of that you need to prove to yourself, Overcoming and letting go of those things and making sure that they are the things that die, not the things that we have to worry about. That's what needs to die. It's that judgment of the people what we're talking about. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about your problems here, so I don't want to say what I know. Okay? But you understand what I'm saying here, okay? And then setting a new foundation for yourself and standing on top of that. And that means building a new barriers. You got to set up you have to start setting up boundaries between you and your parents. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to tell me that anymore. You're not allowed to tell me that kind of stuff anymore. I'm not going to accept that you're not supporting me. If you can't support me, then I don't need you. I'm sorry. Like you said, I've got all of this stuff. I can do this on my own. I don't need you to support me. I've got my own way to support myself here. It's not like you said, not like you said you're hurting for anything. And you have that opportunity to go and find a way to be more independent. You know? And that's what I think is happening here, D, is more of a time of, yeah, exactly. You know, and I know that's not, you know, and that's a choice too into making a decision. But what they're telling me more than anything about the girl and the destiny that's coming up here, especially with what I'm talking, they're giving me a tiny bit more of a clue now, okay? For the girl. Let's get back to the girl here at heart. Like I said, what they're giving me as far as a clue is, if you can be patient during this time that she's kind of giving you this test, if you can get through that and prove to her that you're not going anywhere, that might be what has to happen before any part of that other destiny line comes to be. So it hasn't yet reached that point where you've gotten to that point where now we make that choice. She makes that choice, you make that choice. You haven't gotten to that point yet. And we're like inches away from that point, you know what I'm saying? So we've got a little bit of time we have to give them, you know? That's it. We just have to give them time, patience, and understanding, and show up and prove to them that we're not going anywhere. Exactly. Exactly what you just said. Exactly. That's exactly what they're telling me. Exactly. Because once she sees who you are as a person, as a man, as a person who has goals, who's not laying down in the sand waiting for someone to do it for them. You're getting up, you're standing up for yourself, you're standing up for your right to believe in a dream, you're standing up for your right to be loved by the people who will love you, you're standing up for your right to be independent, you're standing up for your right to have that goal and destiny. Your parents aren't a part of that destiny. They're only the catalyst to push you towards saying, I'm going to not only do this for me, I'm going to also prove my parents wrong as added bonus fire in the fuel to become that thing. Right. Exactly. You know, and most girls, if you ask any girl, just a standard girl, what they want from a man, they want communication, they want openness, and being able to share what's going on the inside and not being scared to show the icky bad things sometimes too. So that they know that when you're going through stuff, they're going through the same stuff sometimes. So we understand each other's issues and happenings and stuff like that. But that takes time to do. First we'll start with the light, happy stuff, and then we'll get into the issues that may go away very quickly, but now I've made a choice. I have to say this to myself, and you know, and that's all I have to say to myself, and that's what I'm seeing. So that's what they're telling me, is just to give it that time and patience, and to honestly give this a shot. To, like I said, if you want to give it your full, complete attention, as well as the other thing, you know, if you're going to split your energies into two separate camps here, half your energy should go towards the dream, half of your energy should go towards the girl. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find a way to balance those a little bit better, D, so you can do both. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're trying to help you reach now, is that balance. So you can do your professional career and also have a relationship too. Do you understand why they're taking this time to make sure it all comes together in the right way? And they're trying to lead you to that right way. Your guides are helping you whether you realize it or not. You know? They are there helping you. You're the people, your guides, the ones that help you in this world, you know? The ones that sometimes you feel this sense come over you and this thought come in your head you don't know how to explain sometimes. Sometimes guides talk through our inner voices. Sometimes the things we think for ourselves is actually coming from a guide. They come into our subconscious and give us those messages. Last night, I didn't even get to tell you. At the end of my dream, I saw your symbol that I normally see on Discord with a red dot saying you needed to talk in my dream. So, you know, just to go to show you that, you know, you've made it into my dreams, D. So that goes to show you that when I care about a lot about somebody, they become most important. They become a part of my protection. So as I'm as I'm starting to see you in that light, my protections and everything that I have to offer people kind of bleeds into their life. So if you like abundance, if you like good protection, if you like good communication and all of that stuff, right, then, but your guides are trying to help you. And maybe they said, hey, this guy here is giving you the information you need to hear today. You know, like I said, I don't think it's going to be very long that you have to wait, but I know you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer here. I think by the time you get back from your trip and when you're on your own part, that's when I think things will start to open up a little bit more because you'll feel more free to be able to share those things because you won't have any more judgment around you. Do you understand? That's all they want to tell me. The rest is up to you and her. They don't want to give you any more clues because they want you to make the choices for yourself in the moment, not a pre-decision. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what they're telling me, And if you have another question, throw me it. I'll answer. I'm still connected, so I don't need the cards, but the cards kind of prove to you that, that they're talking to you. When you see certain cards pop up, you know that they're trying to talk to you. I believe so. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's, like I said, the only clue that they're saying. Well, like you like to say, let's wait and see. Let's let the story unfold the way it's supposed to. And when we wait and see and say let's hope so, and I believe it will happen whenever it is ready for it to happen, it will. Exactly. On her terms. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big pill for a lot of guys to swallow. Sometimes it's got to be on their time schedule and, when she feels ready, not when you feel ready, So, that's what we all try to remember that we do here, We're all trying to just be the best versions of ourselves. And, everything that comes with that, So,
It's been magnificent. It's been a joy to watch. It's almost as if the French team are having their victory lap now.
okay, I'm going to have to re-record it. Okay. I'll re-record it. I'll re-record it later. I know where to find it now. I'll have to re-record it now. Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if it's still going to be slow here around 11. I'm just going to get out of here early today. Because if I don't feel the energy and people don't need help today, I don't need to be here. I can go rest more. I need more rest too. And I believe that that is a decent timeline, Demi. I think that's a decent timeline. You know, but these are your choices, not my choices. You've got to start. I know you're making these all on your own. I know you're doing this because you want to, but just remember everything you do here is a choice, and it's all good choices. You're just trying, like I said, we're all just trying to be the best versions of ourselves. We're all trying to be happy in our lives. We all want to be fed. We all want to have a home. We all want to have family and people who love and care for us. Not everyone gets the quote unquote happy ending, but that's because sometimes they don't fight for that ending either, you know? So sometimes it's, because of our own anxieties and fears that get in the way of those things. So hey, Dragon Vision, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm going to do this vision for a Dragon Vision here now. So I'm going to get on to doing a new reading for Dragon Vision. I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle for Dragon Vision today. That's the advice I got to give you, son. And we can always talk somewhere in the future. Hey, how's it going, Sam? Like I said, I'm just going to call you the name you come in here as. I like Dragon Vision. That's an awesome name, by the way. I really like that. Now I'm just waiting for them to say they're ready for you. Okay, they like it here. So, Dragon Vision, here we go. Sen, right? That's Sen, right? Let's go. Here are your 10 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me count. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many. 7, 8. There we go. 9. 6. And 10. Jesus Christ. Okay. Now, I feel like these are meant for you. But there was one extra card that I had to take off the top of the deck, but I shuffled it back in. But I believe these 6 God cards are for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 God cards today, Vision. Sorry. Dragon. So now let's count the cards down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, and 32. Let's go as you said. So, your general reading for today, my friend. And I believe that this is going to be... I got to open up the door here. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, it's getting too hot in here. Okay, here we go. This is as close as I can get the microphone, guys. Can you hear me better now? I was having some audio issues earlier, guys, and I've been trying to fix them. So this is the loudest I can make my stupid camera. Okay, good. So we can hear me better now. Okay, good. So here we go then. Here's what I need to tell you as far as your general reading goes. So, from what I'm feeling, Saiyan, would you prefer me calling you Saiyan or Dragon? Which way would you want me to prefer you call? Sayan? All right, Sayan. One of the things that I'm seeing most for you right now is that you have dealt with a lot of the guilt of the past. We've put a lot of it away. We know that that isn't going to make us feel any better. Anything we felt like we've done wrong to people, or even that we have had misunderstandings or whatever, right? We've put a lot of that away. But there's still that tiny little sliver of something that we have yet to let go of. And it feels like that little tiny sliver is starting to fester a tiny bit. And it's time to take it out of the wound and let the wound heal. And as we begin to do this, we also have to say to ourselves, I don't have to feel guilty of my past. It made me who I am today. Because I made those choices, I am able to live the life I am living right now. I have an opportunity now, though, to make a new way forward. I can't let my past define me anymore. I have to not be afraid of my past and feel guilty about being that brilliant, beautiful person who will overcome all of these obstacles. Sometimes we're afraid to become our best selves because once we have everything we've ever wanted, we're afraid of losing it. So sometimes we're scared of the guilt we haven't even gotten yet. We're afraid that if we succeed and we become better people, that everything in our lives will change and people that we've loved will go away. Yes, of course, that will happen. That happens anyway. No matter what you do, those things are going to happen. But how you take that forward now and how you move past those things will help you in the next couple of months. Because, like I said, I think this is more of a, you've gotten past this kind of a thing. You're really not working on it. It's more of a validation for you that you've done that work. Now we're on to the work at hand. Now that we understand ourselves a little bit more and what we are afraid of maybe achieving and not afraid, even on a subconscious level I'm talking here, that we still have to allow ourselves to spread that emotional freedom. Now, when we talk about rain in my deck, it's always about how you are in control of the sky of your world. You are the sky. You let the rain happen. When we are people, we decide our emotions are strong or slow. We can say, I can take this a bad way or a good way. How do I want to respond to that? Do I need to be the light, happy rain so they can soak in what I'm saying, so they can understand me? I want to share enough emotion and enough of my feelings so that you understand me, so you can understand and let it become a part of you. Then the second part is the dousing rain. I really need you to hear me now. I really need you to understand me now. This is my only way to show you that this is important, by downpouring all of this emotion on you. That's giving a lot of your emotions to something, right? And then we have the goddamn flood the world emotions, where sometimes it's just too much for us to take and the dam breaks and we've got to let it all out. So just reminding yourself that whatever stage you're in, you control how that happens. And no matter what anyone else tells you or what anyone else says, your feelings are valid. The way you think is valid. The way you are a person is valid. So remind yourself that your feelings and emotions are a part of you, that your emotions and the freedoms that you have in that physical spirituality of yourself and that mental overcoming of those feeling guilty of the past or feeling guilty for anything that may come your way in the future and overcoming. But getting to this point here is basically saying we are doing the work so that we can get to become our most perfect selves we can be. The Grand Elder is the achievement of becoming the best version of ourselves we can be at this moment. Because we always change and grow, just like a tree has to lose leaves every year and grow just a little bit more, even if it becomes big and strong and through the test of time. So you have stood the test of time. You've stood the test of all of this stuff that's been happening to you. And in the future, all of it comes together in this cohesive moment of you saying, I am ready to finally own who I am 100. Now I can go forward and learn to grow even more. How do I choose to look at the situation at hand? I can look at it two different ways. The mirror is all about how you choose to look at the world. If you are looking into the darkness and it is the mirror of you, then what is behind you is darkness. Not in front of you is the light. So if you are seeing the light in front of you, then the darkness is behind you. You just have to move the mirror enough to be able to see the directions you need to go in life again, so that you can find a way to look at this in a whole new different way. Now, this is your history book, the thing you're proud of the most, the thing that you know that this is everything you overcame, is that you overcame this. Now you're allowing yourself to share that with others, allowing them to see who you are and letting that soak into their roots so they can grow too, right? And become that mirror reflection of what we need to look at in life. Now, I know you're interested in God cards, so here we go with the God cards. Okay, so on to the God cards. So what is God really trying to tell you right now? Remember, this is an answer to a question you probably have had recently. So I got to light your ass on fire a tiny bit here. Because whatever you're not putting out, as far as the fires of the past, you are leaving them burning and they are causing chaos in your life. I don't know what you're giving your power to or what you're giving all of this energy to, but whatever you're giving it to right now needs to stop. You need to start to pay attention to the fire that's right in front of your face and start to make that fire hot so we can prepare the soup we need to become what we want to be. We're creating the fire underneath us. We have to put out the old fire so we can set a new fire and then decide what is going to go in the new cauldron of us. What little things are we going to bring into this new world we want to create? What is the soup of life? When I present my soup of life to the people in my life, I want them to love and accept me. That's me presenting my soup to the world. I'm presenting my soup to the world right now. I have an idea of everything that it makes up, who this is, and what I want to be here, and I'm presenting it to you in a way that doesn't make you feel less of yourself or try to make you feel like you're not that, but you are able to finally overcome these obstacles and put them out so you can start to create the thing you want the most in life. And that is a hearty, good meal that will sustain you the rest of your life. The thing that will make you feel have purpose and meaning and understanding. The thing they want to tell you is, what they have been trying to point out to you is that the old ugly cage of comfort zone has to stop. We've been putting ourselves in our comfort zone for way too long, and maybe we've let a couple of our bad habits get out of control, and we're letting some of our anxieties and fears rule who we are as people, or maybe it's our fear, or maybe it's our wants or needs, right? But we have to walk out of that cage that kept us locked in there because we locked ourselves in there because we weren't ready to face the world. When we are ready to face the world, we unlock that door and then we look back and say, that's not the person I am anymore. Locking the door and throwing the key in the center is just you saying, I'm embracing this new person I'm becoming. Igniting your path. We need a catalyst to push you forward so that you can ignite the path you want. So this is the catalyst we're giving you to give you the boost to get what you want. So use this time to ignite that path using whatever has come your way as that rough patch on the back of a matchstick that you have to use to ignite, to strike that friction against in order to get that light to lit. You know, so that you can ignite your path and ignite it onto that candle that fills your life with the energy of your love and trust in your higher power and yourself, you know, and in your destiny and your fate. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that this is a moment to spring you forward. Last but not least, the lesson they need you to learn the most, because they've been trying to help you break a cycle. They've been helping you trying to break a cycle that you've been in way too long. And what cycle do they want you to finally break? Breaking free of those old bad inner voices that told us everything that was wrong with life. Instead of listening to those voices, they need you to bask in the sun, like a sunflower in a sunflower field, following positivity and love every moment of every day as if the sun rises and sun falls is the most important thing to you. Surrounded by your friends and family who believe that being positive and being a part of a bright world is what you need to be. Being and basking in the sun and that happy for once. Allowing yourself to finally feel the love that you so desperately may want to feel. But basking in the sun and showing yourself that you can be happy. That's all they want from you. And it's time to stop saying there aren't any fires left to put out. I know what fires I need to put out so I can make this be the most important part of my journey. I know what cage I'm freeing myself from. And yes, I understand this is a moment for me to spring myself forward. Basking in the sun. When you bask, when you go outside, and it's a nice day, and you're going out on that wonderful beach day, and the sun's in the sky, the ocean and the waves are giving you the coolness of the waves, right? When you're standing in that sun and you feel that sun pour into you, that warmth, that beauty inside of yourself, where you feel warm, safe, and you feel like this inner light is glowing within yourself. So basking in the sun is like a snake would do if you were a cold water creature and you had to go out into the sun to warm yourself up enough to be able to feed and do everything else you needed to do, So basking in the sun is all about finding community, finding people who want to live a more positive life, who look at life as if today can be our best day ever, and we can follow that around all day long. It's not like a cult. It's more of a call to positivity, and then you get around those people who remind you of what that means and feels like, and make you understand what it really means, what happy honestly really means for you. Because you see everybody else be that happy, you start to associate what does make you happy, and then you start to take in that positive energy that the sun is giving you, because the sun is all about positive energy and light, love, light, beauty, grace. That's where we get faith, and that's where we get all of that stuff from. The dark part of it is all about those introspective moments when we have to let go of fear, anxieties, letting go of depression. So even at night, we let go of that stuff as we sleep so that we can brave the new morning with a brand new day, saying, today I woke up and I know today is going to be my best day ever because I choose to live in the happy. I choose to bask in the sun. Does that help? Define it a little bit better for you? Good. And the last thing they want me to tell you is, this is your journey. This is your journey, and no one gets to tell you how to live it. Not even us. We are here to help you get to where you need to be. Not to tell you everything that you need. So they just want you, they're trying to guide you the best way they can right now to reach that closest perfect self you can imagine. And they're trying to get you closer and closer to that every day. Just pay attention to those small little detailed cues you've been getting lately, because I'm seeing you get a couple of little tiny messages you might be missing every once in a while. So just pay a little bit more attention, especially when you're feeling like you need to understand the cycle that you've been in up to this point and how to break free of the cycle. You're breaking free from all of that old stuff to embrace a new, beautiful path forward. So that's what I got to tell you today, Sandy. Sorry, Dre, and I'm sorry, saying if I called you the wrong name. I was trying to do the best I can, but that is your reading for today, my friend. I hope you really, really enjoyed that. I hope that helped you tremendously. Thank you very much for being here and being a part of my stream. That's why you're a VIP. Kindred to the reading room. Kindred to the reading room. Kindred Wayo to the reading room. Whenever you get a chance here, please let me know that you're in chat and ready for your reading. I have some coffee. Yep. So, you're welcome, my friend. As always, here to help. Kindred, welcome in. Why don't you tell me what your numbers are and your question of the day is? If you haven't been here before and need me to explain, please let me know. Otherwise, just throw me your numbers and your question, and I will start shuffling the deck, getting the cards ready for you. So, hopefully you're having a good day. Okay, the second number is 1 through 52. 1 through 52. So first one is 1 through 10, second one is 1 through 52. One through 10 is shuffle amount. 1 through 52 is answer amount. So 10 and 2 are your numbers then? Okay. Do you have a question of the day? Just want to make sure you understood. I like it here. Okay, let's do a general reading then. 10 and 2 shuffles for you. Here are your 10 official shuffles, Kindred. 1, 2, 3, too many. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. God cards are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 God cards today, Kindred. All right. And now, the second card. 1 and 2. And that one goes on the bottom there. So here we go, Kindred, with what you need to know for today. So what I'm feeling for you is right now, you are finally adapting to a new, different path, a new way of doing things. I felt like for a while there, you were being very aggressive on getting to your goals and dreams as quickly as you could possibly get to them. That kind of wore the battery down a little bit, and you kind of had to take a moment to kind of reset and rebuild that energy up again. And now what I'm feeling you is starting to make a new, easier path forward for yourself. More of a step-by-step approach rather than just going after it and not giving up until you get it. More of a, let's set 10 separate goals. I know what my major goal is, but I'm going to get there. I need something a little bit less stressing me out kind of stuff. I need to take it one step at a time. And trying to decide that easy path going forward and seeing that plan out. And that's kind of what I'm seeing you working on right now and what I feel like you're working on moving forward. So you're making that brave step forward onto that path now. As you start to walk this path, I think the thing you're trying to find the most right now is a sense of belonging. My father's card usually shows up for one of two reasons in my deck. This reason is all about the lone wolf. My dad was the lone wolf for a very long time after he finally got free of his parents' judgment, finally found the woman of his dreams and married her, even though the parents and everyone was against the marriage. They got married anyway because they loved each other, right? And my father had a lot of different things he was working on within himself, but didn't know how to fix within himself, right? And as he was going out there trying to find something that could help him heal, with other people trying to do the work for him, that's what he did wrong before. Now, when he finally found his spirituality and found his voice again and found a new way of doing things, he became the blue wolf. No longer the lone wolf. Now I'm in search of my pack, my family. I have to call out with my whole heart to give them all of me so that they can hear my song, so that they can hear it and come find me instead of me finding them. Just like my father had to learn about himself. He had to learn how to fill those holes himself, not through other people. He tried to marry another woman because he felt that that woman could help heal him and make him a better man. He married the second woman out of love, yeah, but also because he knew he needed help healing his life. Then that one didn't work out either. Then finally, when he finally came to terms and became the Blue Wolf and stopped searching for a family that necessarily was right for him at the time, they were right for him at the time. But that's not where he ultimately belonged. He belonged at the end with my mother. Yeah, that I'm grateful that he got to spend the last of her moments of her life with her, because that was a beautiful end for my mom. But he had to call out to us. It was his call to from his voice to my stepmother, Debbie, at the time, who said, I want to repair my relationship with my son, but I need help to do that. She reached out to me. She said, I'm giving you the invitation to come over if you want. He called out to me saying he wanted to reconnect to me. And that's all it took for us to finally rebuild that relationship up again. So just like you are building new relationships and finding that community that's right for you, it's about chosen family. It's about family that finds you. That's what we're trying to find the most right now. And I feel that that's a very strong sense in your life right now, is to find that part of you where you belong. So now I call out to you to tell you, call out with your whole heart to your pack. They will hear you and they will come. And then when you do find them, then you'll be able to plant new seeds in very fertile ground again. Because you have to have support first before you can till that field and put those new seeds in. You've already started it right now, Kindred. Kindred, do you realize right now you are connecting with someone who thinks of everyone as family, of everyone that is connected in some way? You're coming here to seek advice from somebody who's trying to give you that information. It might be the smallest, tiniest part of your family, but I'm a part of it. Just like every other person who's come into your life to help you. You know who these people are. You know who has shown up time and time again for you. Those are the people you know you want in your life. Not the people who are going to give you the bullshit answers. People who are going to be honest and true with you. Who are going to call you on your shit. Who are going to tell you you're screwing up. Who are going to tell you just how beautiful you are when you really need to hear that. Tilling those new seeds and pulling that ground in. This is basically tilling the field. This is you now putting down new roots with a new physical way of being, with being a physical community that you can actually be a part of, that you can actually grow and learn and feel loved and accepted in. Then the mental part comes along. I feel better about myself because I am able to share who I am as a person without judgment, without anybody saying to me that I'm not valid in the way I think. Not every way I think is right, but at least they understand me, right? And then you get to that last spiritual part of it where you give that trust to them to always be there for you. And that's why you got the Witch's Tower as your destiny card. Because now is the time to claim that power. To claim that as definitive and tell the universe that's what you want. That's what you need to do, Kindred. It's time to tell the universe exactly, envision your perfect, most closest perfect family in your head. Not who they are as people, just how they feel inside, why they want to be a part of your family. Let's take all the other stuff down from it. But it's time to step up to the plate and claim your power. That way, when you tell the universe what you want, the universe wants to give you what you want. But if you stand up there and say, give me the good stuff, but then think I'm only going to get the bad stuff, they get confused, right? So if you're going to keep this up, you have to walk the walk, talk the talk, and do the do. That means you have to put it into action. You have to put it into something in your life where this becomes your powerful moment that you say, I stand up to the gods and say, this is what I fucking deserve. Here's what I'm willing to give up for it. You're going to have to give up your fears, that you had before, your anxieties you had about it before, all the things that used to stop you from getting that family, that's what you have to give up to get that new family. You have to be willing to lose what you already have to gain something which you will all gain in the future. You know? And if you don't live up to your own expectations, then the gods come along and they knock you on the head a little bit to remind you why you're screwing it up. So hopefully you don't get the big ass 2x4 coming your way, but you'll know when it's coming because people will start to, not want to be around anymore, and they'll feel the energy shift. So now's your time, kindred. If you want this to be the family that you want and the family that you need it to be, then it's time to find that family. Find one person and start with one person and build it from there. One connection, one time. And let that energy has been shifting into a new, different way. But they're saying you got to take part of the responsibility here. They're saying, we're not just going to give it to you. You got to take some of this responsibility is what they're saying. Let's see what the God cards have to say. Because I bet they're going to tell you a little bit more information. Okay? And first thing I want to say to you is, the first thing you have to let go of is the anger and resentment of what that has been in the past. Today, I want you to find a way to let go of whatever anger, even if you're angry at yourself for what you haven't done in the past. Angry at yourself for not doing this sooner. Angry at yourself for not realizing this sooner. Not acting on this sooner. That kind of stuff, right? To let go of all of that resentment so that that doesn't come into the new person we want ourselves to be. They're just advising you to let this stuff go so it doesn't keep poisoning you. Okay? You know what I'm talking about here. What they want you to realize is you're not missing anything, kindred. You have everything you need right now to get exactly what you want. You just have to start to create the piece you've been missing. And when you start to make that creation moment, when you start to tell the universe what you want, and it starts to build on top of you right in front of your eyes, and you start to actually see, yeah, it's time to let it go. It's time to let it fucking go. I'll give you, have you heard my plate ritual before? Because maybe you actually need this one. I'll tell you it after the reading, okay? But what they need you to understand is you're not missing anything. You need to celebrate yourself again, to get around people who will help you celebrate life, that will dance and sing and want to help you make that cauldron bubble and boil. These are the people who will be your for support people in your world, the people who will come to help you light the flame under that cauldron. But it's your responsibility to strike the match and add the ingredients into the change you want, to celebrate life once again. And that's what we have to become better at, as celebrating our lives and the creation of the beauty we are making the world be what we want it to be. We are creating the happiness we want. We are celebrating the fact that every day we make a good choice is a good day towards that peace being made. So it's time to start to create that. What do they have as advice? You know you have community. People who you have the same ideas as you, who have the same interests as you, who like to do the same kind of things as you. This is about broader based community. The one I was talking about before is more of a tight-knit family. This is community as a whole. Your area, the place that you do business in, the place that you like to socialize, the place that you like to go out and have fun at. It's about getting back around those people that are going to help you understand your journey. Like, when you take your friends out to a camping trip, if you've ever been camping with a bunch of friends, right? And everyone brings what they feel they need to survive that week, Well, I'm a light camper. We camp in cabins, and I don't camp in a tent anymore. I can't with my CPAP machine. But the point is I was a fire tender for a long time. because I understood what it meant to ignite my path forward, and I had to ignite that flame, that spiritual spark within myself, to reach out to that community, to find something that I could belong to, that felt like I had belonging. And I had that for a long, long time. And I didn't need it anymore because I outgrew or understand that that wasn't what I was really searching for. I was searching for a way to shine into my life the happier ideas of who I was as a person, my positive outlook on life, my positive ideas of who I wanted to be, my positive dreams being shown to me that they are coming true. Because as this light starts to shine into the world, where this campfire is at, the sun comes up, and remember that field we were talking about? Well, you plant the seeds, you got to give it that positivity and that emotion and that good, clean thought and that sturdy ground to make that thing grow. They're telling you you need more sun in your life, more positivity in your life, to think of yourself like the sun, pouring sunshine down onto your life so much that you walk around in it when you need to be walking around in it. And the fact that you want that so much, that you want this new thing to be, well, decide today is the day you start to become that. Today is the day you make the brave start towards that. Today is the day that you say, I will not do all of that stuff to me anymore. Today is the day I walk free from that cage. Today is the day I break free from the anger. I break free from what everyone else's expectations of me are. I embrace the whole me, the true me. I celebrate my life because I'm not missing anything. I get back around my community, people who want to share the campfire stories with me, so I can hear how living a positive life can affect me in a positive way. If I'm around people who are going to share their stories and share their experiences with me, I'm going to learn so much. I won't have a reason not to celebrate life again. And then I just have to start to be more positive about it. That's it. That's all they want. And they're trying to help you get there, kindred. It's not like they're sitting there going, oh, we want to make her go the wrong way here, or him the wrong way here. You know, we're not trying to guide you the wrong way here. We're trying to make you realize that part of this journey is about learning how to overcome. Part of this journey is about learning how to get through. You know that phrase, sometimes you got to get through it to get through it? I think you're kind of in that moment right now. Sometimes you just got to get through it to get through it. And once you're finally out of it and you finally realize today was your best day ever, because today was the day you decided, I'm going to live the life I want to live, not the life that somebody else said I had to live. That's all I did. I had 3 things that I started to do for myself when I became the unknown prophet. I would no longer live up to anybody else's expectations of who I was supposed to be. I would speak my voice no matter what they thought of my voice, whether it be negative or positive. I'm sharing the goddamn voice. And I would definitely believe in my destiny, and my fate was already on its way to me. The crescendo of my destiny. I crossed my destiny line, and poof, here I am living purposeful life, purposeful meaning, happy, content. I have all the money that I need at this moment. I don't need any extra money. Yeah, I'm not as rich as all of you maybe, but I'm content. I'm happy. I'm beautiful. You know? Do you want my plate ritual? Or my plate... I get my plate ritual is the best way I can put it. So, here's what I want you to do, kindred. Today, I want you to go find an ugly old dish somewhere in your house, something that actually belongs to you, okay? And with a magic marker or a light marker or a permanent marker, I want you to write on this plate, everything you are feeling angry about until you feel that plate is full enough. When you don't think there's any more anger left, and I want you to write everything you're angry at yourself about, other people about, everything you want to let go of, I want you to write it on the paper. It doesn't have to be legible. It's just you writing it down, okay? As much as you want to put on that plate, and I really want you to think about everything you put on that plate and why you're putting it on that plate, okay? Then what I need you to do is get your best safety gear on, go to a place you can smash this plate into a billion pieces, and I actually want you to get angry with the plate while you smash it away. Because this is the last time you will ever carry that anger with you. When you are done smashing that plate, all of that anger is gone. And you sweep it up, and you can put it in your trash, or you can put it in your garden as a reminder that that is gone and buried. That is the plate ritual, plain and simple. I did this for myself. It was something a psychologist gave to me. So know that it comes from a place of a professional who helped me see how to do this. This is something that my therapist told me to do. I did this when I had a very big anger management control issue before all of this. I always let my anger rule me, you know? And when I did this and finally let it all out, and I did it on that plate, when I finally was free of it, I was never happier. I was never happier because I was finally free of it all. So that's what I have to tell you there for that. You know, and you know honestly, your feminine guide. You have a very strong feminine guide too. And she is really trying to show you self-worth and trying to show you how brave you really are. And she's really trying to point out a lot of the good things you've done in this world so far up to this point. So your guide is trying to help you see some of that, and she wants to communicate with you a little bit better. She says she's going to send butterflies and dragonflies and other kind of flying insects your way when you need to be reminded how beautiful you are. And they'll be purposeful, buzzing around you kind of things. Butterflies and dragonflies will start to appear everywhere until the season is over. If it's already happening, they're trying to tell you we love you and you should love yourself. And that comes from your strongest feminine guide. She doesn't have a name, but if you want to give her one, you can. You just name her. That's all you have to do. Just give her a name. And then start talking to her. Like you're talking to me. I know it sounds like you're talking to yourself, but you're not. You're talking to that inner voice of yours, and that inner voice is going to come talk to you. Especially when you start to feel these bubbly, weird feelings inside that you can't explain. Okay, remind yourself that your guides are just reaching out, trying to help you. Yeah. But that's the reason they don't give you a name. They don't want to give you names. They want you to give them names. They say it's time to name them. So it's time to name your guides. That way you know who you're talking to. Kind of like when you pick up a telephone. Hello, is this Josh? Yeah, this is Josh. Oh, Josh, how have you been? Okay, so that's what I have to do, right? Uh-huh. Are you sure? Is that all? God, you're so helpful. Thanks for the call. I really appreciate it. All right, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Love you. Bye. You know? Cozy, I don't know how you found that funny, but that's exactly what happens, you know? So if you give them a name, like, okay, I'll give you my names. First person on my list is that would be Athreth. Athreth is a karma demon. Okay? He is a demon trying to earn his wings back. He's been tasked with protecting me. Pathos is my... Hi there, Sanctuary. Pathos is my guide to the underworld and the future. Jonas is my past, is my connection to my past and to remind me how I've overcome and endured. Amari is the one who brings it all closer together. She's the one who takes it all and makes it make sense. She's the one who also tells me about the more detailed information I need to know. She's the details, you know? Oh, okay. So, all right. So I see I have some more work to do for Sanctuary, one of my VIPs here. So I'm going to start shuffling the deck for you. Will she accept the day offer? Ooh. Do we have an update on the letter, by the way? And I will talk about my guides. Anytime you want to know more about me and how I do it with my guides, just ask. I will happily tell you. Anything you want me to tell you. I'll tell you how I first started communicating with them, how I better started to communicate them, how I listen better, how I hear them better. I can give you tips, guys, if you want them. Just got to ask. Okay? Okay. Let me see what the cards have to tell you. Ooh, they said here. Okay, here it is. So 6 and 41, and we want to know if she will accept your date offer. Here are your 6 official shuffles. 1. That's interesting. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. I think she kind of already knew you had feelings for her. Now she just, you know... I'll see what the cards agree with what they're telling me here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and it was 40, what? 40, what was it? 41. So 41 is the next card. So 40 cards are here. And you have a one God card answer as well today. All right, let's see if she will accept your offer. Exist. Inner oak. By the way, when I read you say the words kisses at the end of that, but on another subject, she did end it in a sweet way, saying kisses. She didn't exactly deny how you felt, but here's what I have to tell you if she will do that. I think she's deciding at this moment if she wants something more with you, honestly. And I think it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to invite her on that date if you haven't done so already. You know, so but have the ideas in your head that no matter what she responds back with, that it's just for this moment. And that things are going to become clearer to you, yeah, in the future. So we're waiting for a response back to that, right? To go on an actual date to see if, hey, we can just try a date to see how this all feels, right? So, understanding that maybe this could be a new window, this is the possibilities. Okay, this is possibilities and thinking it over. Now, the inner oak card is about, is this going to keep me living in the same old bad patterns, or can I move away from my old bad patterns And that's both of you moving away from the old bad relationship issues that we may have had. Even as friends, we have to come to terms with somehow and learn. We know enough about each other's insides to make a very good distinctive decision about what we are going to be doing next, though. So that's about coming together and understanding one another. That would let me know if there was any card saying she would accept you. This is the card I would say would accept you, because that's two worlds coming together. You're going to clear the air. You're going to make sure your intentions are truly known. She's going to let you know her true intentions and how she truly feels. And no matter what, I want you to walk away thinking that I did everything I could. You know, because I think she will come back and positively respond. But I think it's going to be a slow burn, okay? It's going to be a slow and steady kind of a deal. Being around people who remind you how to keep positive, though. That community, though, that you have to support you when you are having issues. Remember, you have support system. Those people you would bring who want to give you the best advice in the world. They're not attached to our lives any more than they're not family. They are an objective view. They show us what we need to see, so that how we light the spark inside of that cauldron of change within her. We're lighting the match. Okay, we're starting a fire, but the fire hasn't quite got completely burning yet, right? We put a spark in there, but now we have to let it grow and maybe add some fuel to the fire to see if we can make that fire hotter. So that's kind of what's going on there. So let's find out if this could work between us. Is this going to bring us closer together, or is this going to tear us apart? I don't want to affect what we have already, but I want to understand that what we both want to get out of this, okay? And getting back around those people who help us keep straight and narrow. Communication is what's going to happen the most during this date. It's going to be a communicative. It's going to be an understanding. I don't know what's going to happen during this meeting, because that hasn't really been made up yet in either one of your minds. So I think she will accept the date offer and just say, and when she does, just say, thank you for accepting my offer. I appreciate you, and then go out there and give her a romantic day if you can, but come there with understanding. You're going to come to understand. That's what you're going to do. Your day, if you're going to go on a date, you're coming to a better understanding of how she feels and how you feel. So maybe there are sparks there, but maybe they haven't turned into a flame quite yet. Do you understand? I think from what they're telling me, there's definitely sparks. There's definitely some heat there, but we haven't gotten the fire going yet, kind of a deal. There's interest, there's intrigue, there's curiosity here. And I feel like what needs to happen through all of this is just communicating in an effective way. I don't want to put preconceived notions down. I want to let this be what it will be. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's not rush. Let's take our time and really think about if this is something that will be right for us. We have to take into consideration that maybe we have some baggage, even though we've been friends for a while. Now we're talking about being a relationship. So I want to make sure you're sharing as much as you can. I'm sharing as much as I can. Maybe even the stuff I haven't shared with you yet, or she hasn't shared with you yet. And then getting back around those people who remind you and tell you that there are times in this life where we need that advice, that Okay. Close your eyes. Hear my voice, and when I tell you to open your eyes, you can open your eyes again, and then I want you to respond. I want you to imagine 3 different people in front of you. One is falling off of a cliff. She's the one you love the most. One is falling towards you, but she doesn't need your help. And one just walks away. Who are you going to save? Who are you going to save when it comes down to the wire? Why are you going to save her? Why are you going to be want to be with her. When you open your eyes, I want you to see who you would choose to die for if you had to. You're going to die for one of these people. You can only save one. Who do you die for? Open your eyes and answer the question. Now, why do you love her? Why are you willing to risk that? Why are you willing to put your heart on the line for that? What does she make you feel? Do you feel like this girl is that girl? Is she someone who needs to be saved? Or she will die? Or is this the girl that you have to let lean into you? You may die, but I didn't say when you would die. But ask yourself one question, just one. If she didn't have one of those things you like about her, and start to think about everything that you like about her and admire about her. Think about all the things that she's helped you with in your life. Think about all the times she showed up in your life. Think about all the times she's been that true friend to you when she didn't have to be. Even when you were going through the toughest of the tough, pointing out when you needed to correct your own shit. Is this the relationship that you can see? Is this the person falling off the cliff? Is this the person falling towards you? Or is this the person walking away from you? The test is all about which one you choose to follow. Are you going to follow the one who needs your help? Or the one who doesn't need your help, but you have to accept as is? Or do you have to let them walk away from you in order to maybe come back to you someday? And it's a test to see which one you would give your heart to the most. They're all equal in their love for you. Just one of them you love more, you know? And it's the one falling off the cliff because that's the one you want to save the most, right? I wanted to save the woman I loved, right? I was looking for a woman who needed to be saved at first. But then I realized she didn't need my help being saved. She needed someone who to support her. So I went through all three of those damn stages, okay? I went through the girl who walked away from me, who showed me that's not the kind of love I want. Then I got shown the kind of love I deserved to have, and then why that made me feel happy, safe, and warm inside. She came with her issues. She came with your problems. She was falling off a cliff, dying right in front of me. She was actually literally dying. She came back from death for me, so that's why I use that analogy, because she came back from death for me, because she heard my song, my heart. Even in a spiritual way, she heard me, you know, and that communication part is all important there. And let's see what the God's card has to tell you, because I think this one's going to be helpful. And I think that's exactly it. You have to extinguish your old expectations of what you think it will be. You have to open up to the unknown possibilities of what it could be. Not what it should have been or could have been, but what it will be now. Putting out the old fire so that we can embrace the one fire that matters the most. I know how I feel about her. I know what I'm willing to share in myself. I know what I'm willing to give. I know what kind of a person I am. I know that I have a lot to offer. I know that she accepts that part of me. Now I'm just asking her if she wants to love that part of me. I have to give that flame time to grow, because it's a new thing for her, not for you. Yeah, we'll answer it. Go ahead. Do you want cards, or do you want guys? I'll cleanse the cards off just in case. Anybody else? Okay. It's a bit horrible. For some reason, I keep seeing this like a vision. Yeah. Because, okay, part of the reason you're attracted to her is because you are probably most likely twin flames of some kind. Welcome in, first time chatter FKA. Sailor, I'm going to call you Sailor. Welcome in, Sailor. Nice to see you there. Thank you for coming in. Welcome in, first time chatter. So give me your numbers for whatever you want to know about. But what if you want to share the vision of some reason I keep seeing a vision. I don't know what the vision you're seeing right now, but I'm getting connected. So. Oh. Okay, they think they like it here, right? Here? Yep. Yes, it is okay for you to get in the queue. All you have to do is press exclamation point join. That's all you have to do to join. These are free readings for all. If you feel like you need a reading from me, then I'm here for you. Okay? And I'll explain everything to you when it's your turn, okay? So you might not understand right now, but... So do you have a definitive question for me on that? Thank you very much for joining the queue. Well, that's... Here's 1, 2, 3... Yeah, 4. That's why they said just keep shuffling. 5. No God cards for this one. Okay, I get it. And then we got the 17th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Go ahead and finish it when you're done. Okay. So you want to know if it's a true vision, right? Oh, my friend, are you going to get some help right now? So, my brother, my friend, you want to know if this is a true vision? Stop getting in your own way. Of course it's a vision that you need to pay attention to. Your fears and anxieties want you not to understand that. That's fear and anxiety is coming to the table telling you don't trust it. Right? We have to let go of that distrust of a vision. If the vision is guiding your heart, if it's guiding your life, I followed a goddamn dream for fucking 40 years before I got what I wanted. Okay? Get out of your own way and don't let this keep getting in your way. All this big issues of pushing up this damn hill. But maybe that's exactly what you need to go through in order to become that strong couple. Did you ever stop to think that? Did you ever stop to think that you guys need that for your own emotional peace to understand how to come through it together as a couple? I'm not saying it will happen exactly like that. But maybe you were there for her in a different way. Maybe she wasn't crying about that. Maybe it was her sadness you had to help her with. Maybe it was you being a support person to her, holding her in her arms, comforting her as she lets out all that she needs to let out so that you can be there for her like she has been there for you. I think it's a true vision, yes. But here's what I'm telling you, the why it's a true vision as well, okay? So if you want the whole why here, we'll get going on the other part of it, right? So, but it's saying, yeah, it's a true vision. Get out of your own stupid head there. Don't let all of that bullshit get in your way. Believe in the top of the hill. Believe in the dream on the top of the hill. Blazing God, I wish I had something to smoke, but I'm out of money and out of green. So I have no money to buy anything to smoke with right now. So can't buy any. Thank you. Somewhere in the world, someone's doing it for me. Yeah. And this isn't a 420 episode. I don't do it during normal readings. I only do it during if I tell you if I'm taking a hit of cannabis, guys. So, but thank you for the thought. The thing that you're doing now, okay, is remember that guilt is a big part of it. Who cares what those people thought? Who care about what they think about it? You have to overcome the feelings of guilt associated with having that kind of light and love together. Not every relationship. My wife and I are 13 years apart. 13 years apart in age. Now you ask anybody, that's way too apart to be a part of a normal, brilliant, beautiful relationship. And I'm here to tell you, we're both adults, aren't we? As I'm not a kid, aren't I? Okay, I'm an adult making adult decisions, making an adult choice. Stay the fuck out of my way, and I don't have to feel guilty about what everybody else believes. I can't be afraid that this could be the most brilliantly beautiful thing for myself. I can't be afraid of succeeding and proving these idiots wrong. Okay? Visions aren't 100% accurate. They're giving you details, and I'll explain it a little bit more, right? So I'm going to go back to what you said here just because I need to point something out real quick, but I need to go back to what you said here in order to point it out. The vision I keep of her sobbing tears of sadness in my arms to comments being made about us being in a relationship. So that part of the vision is you overcoming what people are thinking about you. You know that that's something you're going to have to overcome in real life too. So that vision is giving you that validation that, yeah, if this does happen, there is going to be that overcoming what other people will think. It may be about the age difference, but that's not the whole big picture there. It's about how ready you are and how ready they are. If you're both adult people making adult choices, then yes, you can make those. If someone's just a tiny bit under the line, you have to wait till that moment they become adults. If they're already adult in my eyes, okay, here in America, it's 18, okay? I think 18 is a good solid number, but I don't like to define it all in that one thing, you know? And I'm talking about her, you know? If you're 18, she's 17, that's okay. If you're 1 year apart, fine. Just wait 1 more year for her to turn 18. Everything else will be okay. But, okay, so anyway. But like I said, she's 30. Well, see, there you go. You're 18, she's 30. Who cares what anyone else thinks? You have to start to throw away all of that stuff and use it to your advantage. All the stuff that may be coming your way will just empower you more as a couple, will just empower you more as that strong person that comes together, that fights for one another. That's what happened between my wife. We took a year to repair ourselves because we had support to finally do that. You're just asking someone to be your support person, to share your journey with them. You know? Exactly. Age is just a number. As long as you're both adult in that time frame, then there's no more to be said here. Okay? You're an adult. You can make an adult choice. So what you are trying to gain here in the vision is, this is the family you wanted. You are calling out to her with your song to see if she responds to your song. If she feels like she hears your song, she will come to you and want to be a part of you. There won't be anything that stands in her way to want to be a part of you, because she knows you're not going to try to fix her. You just want to be there, support her, love her, show her how much you love her. And you will understand the reasons why. Understand the reasons why before you commit to a full-time relationship. And understand that you don't understand the feelings you have all the way yet. That you are still growing and learning. They say about the age 25 is when all people reach, the brain stops developing, okay? So I'm only using that as a brain adulthood moment, okay? They say it takes up to about 25 for our brains to fully, completely unlock. So this is the time to change. This is the time to experiment. This is the time for you to give in to that family you've always wanted. Sometimes it's the family that chooses you that becomes the most important family to you. You don't have to go searching for a different family anymore. Maybe she just has to understand that you're the family she's been looking for. You know? Kind of like my father had to understand. She's had more experience than you, right? But she still has things she's working on too. My wife, like I said, 13 years older than me. She has way more experience with me, but I've helped her more than any other psychologist, than any other partner in her life, even her own parents. You're not going to harm her. You would save that girl. You wouldn't hurt that girl. You know? But that's a part of life. You cannot walk around not understanding that there is going to be times that hurt and you're going to have to come together. The comments will wash over like water, like fish running to the sea. They'll be there for a moment and then they'll go whoosh, 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 whoosh. Because your love will be stronger. When me and my wife created Magical Freedom, me and my wife tied our souls together. Because I'm a witch and she's a witch, we have a way of tying our souls together that was combining our flames back together as one. So where her soul begins, my soul ends. Where my soul ends, hers begin. We are the same person. We share thoughts, we share psychism, we share a lot of different things. Now, not everyone has that kind of relationship. Me and my wife have a very unique kind of relationship. But that's the other thing that has to change. It's that distance has to stop being distance. It's time to maybe pick up your ass and go get the life you want. And leave all of that judgment behind. But until you have that opportunity to make that distance shorter, let's find out if this is something that will actually happen first. Let's make that choice first. Let's let her come to accept that maybe I do feel she will accept the date. And there you go. So you're gonna do all of the work. All she has to do is show up. You know? I'm going to tell you a very funny story, but this is not a precursor to yours, okay? Sure. Wait, I'll have to jump back in the queue because I have a new person to do first. So jump back in the queue, and then I'll do that question after this one because I got a new person first. Not all of it will come true. Not all of your vision is something that's going to happen. It's a snapshot of how things are going to happen right now, okay? Things are changing because you are changing, you know, and her are changing. So that's just right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I will. You know I will. Welcome in, first time chatter sailor. Welcome in. These are ethereal fire readings. First, I like to give you my standard warning. I will set your world on fire. I will set your world ablaze. I will be the harsh, bad Papa Bear I have to be if I have to be. These are not sugarcoat tarot readings. I tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. I use my custom deck, so it's not like a normal tarot deck. I made this one, and here's all you need to do for me. I need you just to help me pick some numbers for me. I need you to ask yourself whatever question you want to ask and pick a number 1 through 10 of how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you. I shuffle that many times for you. Then you pick an answer amount 1 through 52. That's where your answers will be in my deck. So I count that many cards out. Go all the way to 52 if you want. It doesn't matter. If you have a question you want answered, ask it as simply as possible just so I can understand it. Okay? And I'll usually try to confirm I understand your question before moving on. If you want a general reading, just say I want a general reading, and then I just go full tilt kitty and tell you what you need to hear. Okay? So either way, it works for you. So whatever you need. So 7 is your shuffle amount, I'm assuming. And then your second number is 1 through 52. And I'm going to start to cleanse these cards off for you, because I cleanse my cards off of all past readings so that you can get the right reading for you. And I just ask my guides to tell me when they're ready for you. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll explain everything else as it goes along. Yeah, I still got to get to writing I'm still kind of stuck on writing the new descriptions of the cards in my deck. I kind of stalled for a little bit. I kind of needed to come back to doing readings for a while and get more motivated to do it again, because I kind of lost my motivation to do it again, because it's always been a project I've kind of like started and then kind of stopped and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that at time, but let her deal with me for right now, and then after she wants those answers, she can ask those, okay? So what is your second number there? 1 through 52, maybe I missed it here. Okay, I will give you a base for what is happening. My friend has stopped talking to me. We are really close. It's kind of a romantic, but now it's nothing. No contact from her at all, and I'm losing it. That's everything that's going on is going to get better, and I want to reconcile with her. I just don't. But now nothing. No contact from her at all, and I'm losing hope that everything is going to get better again. I want to reconcile with her. Okay. So do you want the cards to help you find a way to reconcile with your friend, or what do you want to know about that situation, I guess is what I want to ask you here. Yeah, and I apologize if you want to know, let me know your pronouns and preferences. Please do. I try to do my best. Okay. Thank you, young lady. We are a judgment-free zone here. No judgment. Like I said, we all make assumptions sometimes because of the names. You see sailor, and you always think man. It's not. The women can be sailors too. So. Okay, so here we got your numbers are 7 and 28. So I just got to type here. All right. Here we go with your 7 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this will be 7 once I finish the shuffle. And 7. I knew something was popping out. Okay, I'll tell you about these in a little bit, okay, there, sailor? Young lady, thank you very much, my lady, for understanding. And here we go with your 28th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 28th card is now on top. And here's what you need to know, and how to resolve how to reconcile it, and how to come back together, and recognizing some things here, okay? So, just going to go back to your question for a second, just so I can understand one more time, so I know how I'm answering this question. So be patient with me while I go up to where you said something here and I'm reading again just to make sure I understand. Okay. So I just want to make sure and I'm also getting my download. I'm getting what I call the download. They give me some information sometimes beforehand that they want me to have. So you guys have been going down the same cycle for a very long time. You've been kind of going around in the old hamster wheel of life for a while, right? And now you've introduced a change to that. You've introduced and stopped the wheel. Okay? So now she's taking a beat because of the surprise of it all. Because of the I didn't expect this coming kind of stuff. Because now I'm starting to wonder if this is something I want in my life or not. There's a change coming, a break free from a cycle moment. Because you had to understand the cycles you are already in with this relationship you already have, as it is right now. Breaking free from the cycle that keeps you trapped in that loop where she's not a part of it in that romantic way you want. And it is a she, right? I did get the pronoun right. I don't want to. If I said she, I apologize. That's why I'm stopping to make sure. I thought you said she. Yeah, you said her, so, you know. And reminding you that she's going through a change too. She's becoming someone different and new too. She's rebuilding some part of her life, and you've seen her be doing this for a while, right? And you've seen her rebuilding herself for a while now, right? And you've been seeing a couple of changes coming in for her that are a little bit more different than normal. You've been seeing the changes coming. So she's trying to move past some of the bad old patterns of her life. And sometimes I think she associates you with those bad old patterns. I don't think she's meaning to do it. I think it's more of a she's trying to get used to this idea of this change. She's not sure she's ready for this yet. She's not sure she's ready to be out there like you want to be out there. I don't know if she's still in the closet here or she's still kind of guarded with her preferences and stuff like that. But what I'm feeling is this need to overcome and break free from the cycle. How you can reconcile it is you need to realize that you are already a beautiful flower. You're everything you need to be for this girl. That you have to start to realize that she's a beautiful flower too. Choose to see the beauty in her, and even though there might be ugly parts, you accept those parts as well. I kind of like to use this analogy. It's kind of like a dandelion, right? A lot of people here in Minnesota, in the United States of America, consider a dandelion a weed that needs to be getting rid of, because they grow everywhere around here, okay? You can find a dandelion in anyone's yard at any time of the yard. And every 5-year-old who's ever been out in the yard for the first time will see a little yellow flower that reminds them of the sun, that will make them feel happy, that they'll want to bring it to them. And now they have to understand that beauty inside and start to be okay with showing it. And she's starting to learn how to do that. So give her the time she needs, because this is something she doesn't necessarily think she deserves sometimes. She doesn't see that maybe she doesn't think she deserves this much beauty or this in her life. Sometimes it's the surprise of it all. But when I see you guys talking about this somewhere soon, it's about understanding each other's beauty, each other's faults, and knowing that that dandelion that made it through the resistant crack in the ground, because literally they find the most fertile part of the ground. If it's a small crack in a piece of granite and a seed falls down in that small crack, that dandelion will grow from that crack right through the granite. That's strength, that's power, that's endurance there. You know, you are a beautiful flower, so is she. Remind her of that. Show her that. Remind her that what you bring to the table for her. Because maybe she just needs to understand why she deserves this in your life. And it's okay that she's not ready yet. When she is, you're there to support, right? Maybe now is the time to wait and see what happens. Give it some time to digest. This is something she's been struggling with for a while, and now you're kind of saying, I want to date you and I want to be out there. She's not quite ready for that, but she has to decide which way to go forward for herself. Now, I have 5 different paths in my 5 paths. That's why it's called the 5 paths. So I get to explain all 5 paths to you because in order to do this card, I have to explain the other ones, right? But let me explain wait first. Wait is all about making the choices and decisions in our lives when we have to understand that the universe is providing us a plate of bounty in front of us. Each hors d'oeuvre has its own flavor and taste profile. Not everything on that plate will be up to your liking, but they are still giving it to you as a gift, a choice. You can choose to keep changing the same old hors d'oeuvre over and over and over again, or you can choose to try something new. Putting that in your mouth and feeding yourself what you actually need to feel in this life. Feeling that acceptance by someone who does accept them for who they are, who loves them for who they are, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Now she's got to come to terms with my past doesn't define who I am. I have to find a brave new step forward. That's called my past path. So she's deciding whether or not she wants to look back at her past and overcome that future. She's also deciding between maybe it's time to just come out with it already. And maybe it's time to break free of the chains of hiding. And she's getting ready for that moment like an explosion, like a volcano. And you're just waiting for the right moment for her to explode. For her to be ready to share it and be proud of it. 100%. You know? Or the hard path is about going after your goals. It's about going after your goals so much that you don't give up on them. But when you finally reach the goal you've been chasing after, you have to let that soak into your life so that you can actually start to live that way. Okay? It takes some time for you to actually let it all become a part of your life. Even though you got what you wanted, you still got to give it time to let it soak in. Or you can take the easy path, which is a one step at a time approach. One brave step at a time. One moment at a time. When I'm ready, each and every step leads me to that moment where I feel that way about myself and accepting within myself. And the last and final path is called the unseen path. We all have that bullshit, that stuff inside of our head that we know if we just got past our anxieties, our fears, the things that keep us locked in our unhappy, if we could find a way to cut through that and find a way that was both easy and hard to do, being determined about it, but taking it one step at a time, knowing that we're going to have to let it soak in, but knowing it's going to take us a while to get there. We're going to take the unseen path so that we see both worlds in the same light, but we've got to cut through our bullshit to get there, to see the end of our goals and dreams. So that's where she's at right now, is making the decisions that she needs to make so that she can come around and understand how to celebrate life again. So it's about a celebration of life, and to show her why it's okay to celebrate life, why it's okay to dance around and sing around with people. Okay, please forgive me if this offends anybody. Did you watch the Olympics trans walk? I thought it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, because it was a combination of trans women, people who were just dancers, people who were gay, straight, everyone from young to old to big to wide to green to purple. It didn't matter. They were all putting on their beauty. They were all putting on their beauty and their grandeur. Now, some of the world has a problem with what they showed the world. And there's a lot of people who want to hate on people like that right now, because some book somewhere told them something stupid. And it's not even about that. It boils down to sex. It boils down to who you want to have sex with. That's it. It boils to, do you, and ignorant and all of that stuff. Yeah, hate and ignorance. But as they were celebrating life, in that moment, they were a celebration of life. The whole point of that whole thing was, and I had to go back and I had to honey badger look for this clip to find it. And I plan on doing if I had the clip, I would play the clip, but I just got done recording it and didn't record well. So I don't know if that's a it's protecting itself from being recorded, or if I just clicked on the wrong part of the screen and didn't record it the right way. So I'm going to go back afterwards. I want to record the whole fucking performance because they should have never taken it offline. If they're going to use it as a bad example, you have to have the entire thing there to point out why it was bad. It was one moment in the entire thing. One moment, one brief moment to inspire us to believe that art and the beauty of France and Leonardo da Vinci is one of the best well-known painters. Why wouldn't they emulate one of the most well-known paintings with all of those people? What else could have you done with all of those people to emulate coming together as if it was our turn to return to grace? Okay? Now that's my personal opinion. Anybody else who doesn't believe in that, that's okay. You go somewhere else. I don't like you here. Okay? But celebration of life is what it's about. And she has to understand that, and you have to give her the time and patience to understand that celebration. So give her what she needs. When I'm a very proud bisexual man, by the way. My wife is a very proud bisexual woman, by the way. Yes, I married a woman, but I could have dated a man and would have happily married a man. If that was my one true love, I'd be just as happy. I fell in love with a woman because a woman is the one who saw my light and decided I was worth it. Who saw me and showed me how the beauty was inside of myself. Now, here is something that I want to tell you about, okay? These last two cards are a part of your reading, okay, Sailor? And these are called God cards, okay? And these cards are from your higher power to you, your higher power. Not mine, not anybody else's, the one you believe in. They've come to answer a question you've been asking your higher power lately. They came to give you the most direct answer possible. So this is the most extreme things I can tell anybody on my channel. Because you are the first time here, and I haven't officially warned you, these will sometimes kick major spiritual ass. So I forewarn you, if you choose to see these cards, this time is the only time you get that choice. If you come in here again, you automatically get to see your God cards. But this time, because you are a new time person here, do you want to see your God cards? And here's an answer from your higher power to you that you need to hear today. And if you say no, I just put them back in the deck and we don't worry about them anymore. So here is what they need to tell you. And this is for you, not for anybody else, okay? So this doesn't have to do with your last question. This is for you. It is time for you to stoke your fire. It's time to understand what fire you are feeding and what you are feeding it. Maybe it's time to burn away the old preconceived notions of what the world thinks needs to be right and understand your truth. Maybe it's time to add those logs into the fire to burn them away. Maybe it's time to take all of that burden off of your shoulders and know and believe in that. Using as fuel to your fire. Every time someone tells you you can't or won't be happy because of the way you choose to be in this world, it's just more fuel to the fire to prove I will have that happiness. I will have that love. And then you're also going to have to put those brave, new, beautiful logs on of believing in self, of believing in my path, of believing in my power, of believing in what I am as a person. I shine bright in this world. I am a light if I want to be. So use all of this problems and struggle in your life as fuel for your fire so that you can bring in the new positive fire that will light your world on fire and set your world ablaze to be one of the most positive paths you've seen in a long time. Within the next 3 months, they're telling me, if you do this now, you will have much more happiness in 3 months. The only thing they ask you to do is this. When you are doing this, feed yourself that which you truly need, not the wants. You know what the difference between a need and a want? I hope you do. But in case you don't, here's what the difference is. I need water. I need food. I need a house to live in. I need to understand that my wife loves me because she chooses to love me. I want a good car. I want more money. I want. I want the sugar cookie that's going to make me feel better for right now. Okay? And now is not the time for sugar cookies. Now is the time to feed yourself the actual nutritious things you need to fill the tiny holes up. Like she needs to fill the tiny holes up, so do you. It's like putting on that part of yourself and picking up that hors d'oeuvre of life, because this is the God's presenting you every possible happiness you could have. Not everything is going to taste right in your mouth, but until you feed yourself what you think you absolutely need to have in your life that will fill you up and fill that hole, it's time for you to fill them. And fill them and permanently heal yourself as well. Your strength will show other people's strength. Your beauty will show other people's beauty. And all of that stuff that you show other people, that if you can fulfill your need, that will inspire others to want to do the same. So the gods have just given you a plate full of great choices. All you've got to do is go out and experience some of those choices and decide which ones fill you up inside and fulfill that need, and what you need to burn away from yourself that is no longer needed in you. So those depressive, anxiety, angry thoughts and voices that people are telling you, that's what goes in the fire. But that's only fuel to make me stronger. Now I'm going to be positive about my path. I'm going to believe in myself about my path. And I'm going to own my destiny and own my own fate here. No one gets to tell me who I am and what I want to be. That's what they suggest to you. And that is your answer, hopefully, to you today. If you have any other questions from your higher power, I might have another message for you. But they say you have to ask a question. And this isn't card related. This is psychic. Oops, excuse me. Hey, I'm a rude, crude, socially unacceptable man with delusions of grandeur, a god complex. I'm completely nuts and completely insane. No. So whenever you're ready, Sailor, if you have any more questions or would like to know anything else, okay. There you go. Just they wanted to give you an opportunity to connect with them better, you know? And they wanted to know if you're ready for that or not, basically is what they were saying. So what they wanted me to tell you was they want better connection with you. Whatever way you connect with your higher power, they just want a little bit more communication between you and them. So whichever way you choose to pray, whichever way you choose to communicate with your higher power, or that's just looking up to the sky and saying, hey, okay, they just want you to, you know, be beautiful. Because you are. You're welcome. All right. So that's all they wanted me to tell you. Oh, and the reason you keep seeing rose-colored, are you seeing pink red roses in dreams a lot? Like petals falling down, pink roses, by the way, Sailor? Are you seeing that a lot in your dreams lately? Or are you seeing some kind of a pink flower pop up in your life a lot? I know your question, Sergeant. Technology. That's just, they wanted me to give you that clue. Something that they might be sending your way. Yeah. Pink and purple things lately. That's them. That's them trying to show you how beautiful you are. That's them. That's them telling you that they're there. That's all they wanted me to tell you. It's proof that they're there. That's all they want me to say. Cleansing shuffle time for you, technology. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, guys. I need you to really look into that future timeline here. If she were to say yes and they were to start dating right now, will they ever really be in a relationship? Will this ever really come to pass? You need to tell me the very brutal truth here, guys. He needs the brutal truth. If that means I have to tell him something bad, you got to tell me that. If you're going to tell me something good, you got to tell me that. Definitive, one way or the other. Okay? Now we know the cards are set up, right? Let's shuffle them until they tell them they're in the right spot. And I will answer your question. Will you ever be in a relationship? Okay. I'll tell them that after. Okay, here. Here are your 9 official shuffles. Did I get it right there, technology? Do I have the gist of what you want to know? Just a thumbs up or a yes, so I can do this right. 9 shuffles. Okay, just wanted to make sure I got it right. Here are your 9 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4 gods. That was number 3, right, Sergeant? 3? Was it 3 or 4? Fuck. Help. 3 or 4. Brain fart. 4, 5, 6. I went with my intuition. 7, 8, 9. I went with my intuition. There we go. That's 9. Okay. So here we go. The 13th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Yeah. And when I have those moments, especially with you being so intuitive too, that's why I kind of went with the intuitive way for that one. Usually I'm pretty good with path, but will you ever be in a relationship? They're answering it now. Do you want to know what they told me first before I begin everything here? Or do we want to wait to the end? So, what they told me was, excuse me, knock, knock, knock on the door. You're already in a relationship with her. You want to know if the relationship will change into a more romantic relationship. You already have a relationship with her. You have to realize you're already in a relationship. You just want to expand on that relationship. You want to make her understand why you love her. If you don't understand that yourself yet, that's what she's waiting for, dumbass. Okay, sorry, but that's the truth. They want you to understand it's not going to be easy or hard. You're going to have to cut through the bullshit. You keep telling yourself why you don't deserve this. You're going to have to cut through that BS. You want this to be something, you got to stop putting all of that pressure on it. You got to stop putting all of that expectation on it. You got to stop thinking of it's going to be anything other than what it will be when you make it be what it will be. It's not about what you see the future becoming. It's about what you will do in the moment. In the unseen path, when you cut through the bullshit. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be both of you coming together. And this is both of you cutting together And you're asking me if you will ever be in a relationship more romantically, if you can cut through the bullshit and see the end of the dock where that love will shine brighter than anything else, then yes, you will be in a long-term committed romantic relationship. If you can't do that, then you will remain friends. If you freeze in place and let your fear guide your choices and keep walking on thin ice around all the things you need to talk about with her, then she's going to get nervous and scared. So you can't walk around on ice afraid to share the stuff you've been afraid to share. You can't let yourself be frozen in place by what keeps stopping you from making the choices and decisions you need to make. You're putting it in her hands. You're asking her to share your life with you and understand that we just want to find out if this even could work. It's a first time, first thing. Let's just see if we actually click when we see one another face to face. We see each other's and feel each other's energy. When we're looking into each other's eyes and we can see the other person's soul, then maybe we can make a judgment call. But for right now, you're both kind of freezing in place, afraid to step on the wrong crack, afraid you're going to hurt somebody when that's what's stopping you from happiness. You're so afraid of stepping on the wrong crack and crashing into the stupid ocean when you're walking on a fucking layer of thin ice about that thick. You're making crunchy noises. That's it. Are you going to start to build the forge of love? What are you going to put into this to show her that you are the one she wants and needs in her life? Fulfill her needs first, then fulfill her wants. Show her how you can support her, how you can come to her and be that person who allows her to do the transformation she needs to do when she's ready to do it in her own time. You sprung this on her. You got to give her time to think about it, adjust to it, think about it. And since it wasn't an immediate response of yes, but it wasn't an immediate no, we're deciding how we think and feel about it. What you put into the fire is the fire that you feed, is the fire you grow. The fire you transform from is that fire. So what are you going to put into this to make it be that relationship? What are you going to do and she going to do together that's going to bring you both together as that couple where you both decide what we're going to make it? How are we going to begin to grow together? It's a beginning. Just the beginning. We just came out of the ground of the darkness. We are just starting to see a positive outlook on this baby. We're still dealing with our emotions a little bit. We're still dealing with those thoughts that are lingering, those old creepy bad thoughts we have of ourselves, not necessarily of you. Okay? And we're still trying to make sure we're firmly planted in the place we want to grow in so that we can take the world in when it comes. Growing together, finding a way to grow together, Sergeant, is what is going to happen. Growing together. So when you've planted the seed, when you come up out of the ground and get your answer, then it will be all about how you treat that plant and how you do what you do with that. Okay, you understand. So will you be in a more committed, long-term romantic relationship if you nurture it the right way? If you get past some of the damage that you've done to yourself and cut through the BS, if you don't let your fears and anxieties get in the way of you seeking an answer one way or the other, you're my friend no matter what happens. Date me, don't date me, I will always be your friend. But I have romantic feelings for you. I want to know if they're reciprocated or not. I would like to give it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I can move on from that at least. Exactly. So you're the new. My wife was damaged too. Okay, she was in one of the most abusive male relationships of her. This guy hit her, belittled her, didn't believe her, didn't support her. He had community members do things to her. He was a person of power and took advantage of his power. Okay, she escaped from that life because she didn't want to live unhappy anymore. Then she had to come to a place where she could find peace again. Then she had to start to search for that peace inside of herself. And then, after she started to get that piece back, she gave up. And then she came back to me because she felt that someone actually could show her why this world is a beautiful place. I'm only here to be her support. I don't tell her how to live her life. I don't tell her what goals and dreams to go after. I let her do her thing. I do stand up to her and tell her when I think she's doing bad things with her life. I do call her on her bullshit. I do call and tell her when she's doing things that are bad to me. I do put it out there. And I make sure she understands why I felt the way I did, when I felt the way I felt it. So there's no more misunderstanding about it. You know? And we had to grow together. Let's see what God has to say. The gods have to say to you about all of this. I think with the sapling card being your destiny card, that means a new beginning is starting, but it still has a long way to go. You've planted the right seed, now you got to watch it grow, is basically what they're saying. And this is kind of a little bit of insight on why she's kind of stalling right now, too. They wanted me to say that these cards are going to be kind of like why there's a little bit of not jumping on it right away kind of thing. Why this did surprise her a little bit. And why she's taking some time to really think about this a little bit. And why she's not giving you instantaneous answers right now. Okay? It's because she knows that this could have great potential, but she doesn't know if this is what she needs in her life to grow. She's still got to take in a lot of other things right now to help her grow and potentially see herself be someone better. She's got to start to see that her path doesn't have to be planned out. She's got a plan in her head, and she doesn't think she's on course to be on her plan, when the thing she needs to do the most is get rid of the plan and start to enjoy life and let life carry her. You could be the lazy river she lays in that carries her to that place where she can finally get out of the river and walk back on her right path again. You're just going to be there to guide her down the river to her right spot to get off. Then she will get off and hold your hand on the way out as you both travel together into that new world. It's time to understand that maybe she needs to have that understanding first, and that's what she has to realize she has the potential of, is that unplanned surprise event could be exactly what she's been looking for. She doesn't know that the person staring her right in front of the face is the best thing that could ever possibly happen to her. She can't see past that one thing that keeps getting her in her way of her happiness. So until she can see past that one thing, she will never see you. She has to work through this first. You have to understand she's still working on that. She's building up her resilience. So when she's ready to share who she is, when she's ready to move out the baggage of her life and accept a new world and a new something in her life again, she will be ready for it because she has done the work inside. Because she has come to that place where she can accept that a person like you would want to love a person like her. I know that sounds screwed up, but it's the truth. And all she wants is you to understand she's got way more potential. She's still learning what that potential is. She still has to learn how to lay in the lazy river and let the world carry her. I know you do. No, it's not a question if you want to love her. Do you or do you not love her? Do you or do you not love her? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, continue. If the answer is no, stop. If you can't say definitively 100% that you love her, then stop. Be your friend. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, is she someone who would marry you? Do you feel like she is deserving of you, and do you feel deserving of her? 100%. Yes or no? Do you accept her for all of her flaws, even the ickiest, most screwed up parts of her, no matter how icky or bad they are? And you can still love her, even though she will always be working on part of herself? Can you support her? Can you be there for her, even when you can't help her? When you have to watch her go through it on her own? Good. Then you have everything you need to have and show her just how much you love her, because you just showed me and yourself why you love her. Now go get it. Give her what she needs. If she needs time, give her time. If she needs space to make a decision, give her space. If you asked her out on the date, wait for a response, and then go from there. Let it be her choice to choose you now. You put it in her court and let it be there. I would say, I would ask for that. I want to schedule some, I know you may have some plans too, but I want to schedule something with you so I can start looking at ways to come be there with you, because I want an in-person date. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be prepared that this is a world of people who hide behind a lot of different things, and she might not be everything you expect her to be, but she will be the soul you fell in love with. I don't think she's older or anything like that. I don't think she's younger. I don't think she's a man. I mean, she's not, she's not who she's not supposed to be, Okay, want to hear my silly, funny story now? Okay. Oh, you were in ads? Do I need to repeat that? Okay. So, do I need to repeat this whole thing? Okay. Yeah, mine updated recently and it caused a bunch of issues. A bunch of issues that I don't know what's going on. It dealt with some of the video settings and it kept ending, you know. You know, like I was trying, well, basically what I was trying to say is that she, it's a she has to become comfortable. So what they were telling me was basically this, that right now she's going through this stage of rebuilding, okay? And right now, sometimes what you need to do the most for her right now is be a support. Be there just to be there. Be her friend first, her lover second, her companion last. Okay? That way you put everything in perspective. Give her the time she needs if she needs time. If she needs time to make a choice, give her that. Give her space if she needs space. Let her come to you. When she does decide to answer you, no matter what way she answers you, she will always be your friend. I can't guarantee a yes or a no here because it is still free will. It's still in the air. It hasn't been made yet. So I can't tell you the answer completely 100%. But I do believe that she will have to work through a lot of those issues, and you will have to be that supportive person who has to watch her go through it sometimes just to watch her actually overcome it. And you will have to sit there and be her support and not be able to help her. You'll have to watch her be able to overcome her own obstacles, but still be a supportive person to tell her she can do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what she needs right now. She needs a support. Prove to her, you've already proven to her most of that already, but now we need to do it in a way that's more committed, deeper, richer, romantic way, you know? And the help you might be able to give her the best is when you don't. When you don't help her. Maybe the times you help her the most. That's all I want to say. You can be there whenever she needs to talk, whenever she needs to get it off her chest. Be that person that shares her soul. Understand why she feels the way she does. Understand her inside and out, just like you understand yourself inside and out. I think she had an idea that you had some kind of a attraction to her for a while, and I think she was kind of wondering if this was ever going to be something you said or not. But the surprise of it all was that the timing, I guess, of it all is what I have to get to here. So, well, Guy, I'm going to call it a day, though, man. I'll still be here. I'm just closing down the queue, okay? We can sit here and talk a little bit longer if you want. But I want you to understand that I went through this too. And I kind of want to tell you the story a little bit because I think it would help you understand better. You know? When I was dating the woman before my wife, okay? And I wasn't dating her, actually. I was obsessed with her. I was obsessed with her to the point where I would do anything and everything for her. You know? And I tried to change all of the parts of me to make her happy. I tried to change the way I looked, acted, did everything for her. But I had to understand what my own voice was first. I was letting her fill the parts in me that I was trying to fill for myself. She couldn't do that. She would never have been able to do that. She was not the right one for me. But, just like you, she has an example of showing her what she doesn't want. You have to be the example of what she does want. And be open to all of it as it comes to you basis, one moment by one moment. And when she's ready for each and every moment, she will be ready. But give her what she needs. And like I said, when you do finally meet her, there will be a tiny bit of a surprise on your end. She will not be everything you think she is, but she will be the soul you fell in love with, I guarantee. You know? Because she needs to protect herself from the other person, not because of you. Okay? So, with the 1818, I think that's a good number because 18 and 18 is 9, and 9 is 18. So, and then you get another 9 again after that. So, and 9 is all about believing in oneself and one's own power and believing in the divinity of your highest self, being proud of that. That's what the number 9 in numerology means. So, yeah. Exactly. But like I said, the surprise of it all and the finding out in the moment is what will come. But you're not wrong. Like I said, I don't have all of the clues here. They only tell me so much sometimes. You know? So, and I'm still kind of going to go search for someone to raid to today. I don't know who I want to go to even raid right now. I got busy talking today. Thank you. You helped me fill my time up and I really enjoyed our conversation, you know? So thank you for that. Let me see who else out there. Let's go show someone some support today. Someone who doesn't get a whole lot of viewers. I like to go show someone some random support sometime. Who I could show. Do you want to go to another beautiful tarot reader? She's kind of new and I've rated her a couple times now. Or I go completely off grid and I just close my eyes and click. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of going to Lyra. That's where we're gonna go. I think that's the move to make. I think that's exactly where we're gonna go. So, guys, if you want to like and follow me along, here's raid number, message number 1. If you're a non-subscriber, I don't know why it's not working, because the CloudBot's not working. Gosh darn it. Oh. I swear to God. One moment, please. Okay, now it's working. Or raid message number 2. You can follow any way you want to follow. Please give her a like and subscribe. I know you already have. And we're going to go pay some attention to the lovely young lady here and give her all of that which we really truly need to know. So we're on our way to go give her a raid. Let's start with right now. Here we go on to the one, the only Lyra at TV here. I gotta type the name now. Fuck. Where is she? Dang computer. Whatever. We're just gonna go. See you later, guys. We're out of here. Thank you guys for being here. I'm not gonna play any intro music on the way out. We're just gonna go right there, guys. So I'll see you in there, guys. Have a great, beautiful day. We'll see you tomorrow.